Please don't spoil the movie
by adding your own soundtrack. Hello, I'm Bridget Jones.
My name is True Jackson.
And welcome back to Please Don't Spoil the Movie, a podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other.
Not really. Oh. Well, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
I got a lot going on.
You do?
Tomorrow is my last day at my old job. I have another job coming up, so it's not like, quitting my job because the podcast is doing so well,
Not yet.
Not yet. But tomorrow's my last day at work, and today was really awkward. You guys see those awkward goodbyes. I'm ready to be done with it.
But you won't be there in person tomorrow, huh?
No, I am. Yeah.
Oh, you will
be?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wish I could bring one person from each job that I like. And I'm like, you come with me
along
for the ride. Yeah.
You're hilarious. When's your start date?
The 27th.
The 27th. Okay,
should be interesting.
Today's the 15th.
What are you doing?
It's tomorrow's your last day?
Yeah. I get a week up. A week.
Okay, yeah, you gave yourself a
week. Yeah.
You could at least started the 1st.
They told me one day I was starting.
Right, but I mean they could have. I'm just saying you could have given yourself more days.
Yeah.
Than what you've given yourself.
I gotta get the ball rolling. I got a wedding coming up. I need to start getting started accruing some days. So I gotta see what days I can't have off.
What else you got going on? Since you say you got so much going on.
I mean, that's it. Like life wise, I feel like a new chapter. It's 2025. It's the first time from 2025. The world's going down with
the world's going to shit.
A hand in a hail basket. Is that the phrase?
Never heard of it. We might not even be here to see 2026. We might not last.
I don't know if we're gonna make it the next 4 years.
I was telling one of my coworkers, I was like, "What's the shit in the Bible where shit starts going away?"
The raptor.
This is the rapture.
The rapture.
Shit's catching
Apocalypse.
on fire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is
fucking shit's falling out, drones and shit falling out the sky or whatever.
Fucking LA is poor LA.
This is the beginning.
Yeah, it's been cold in Louisiana, and I'm talking like 30s for like a week, like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been
and usually
I don't remember it always being this consistently cold.
No,
for this many
usually
days.
it's this cold. And today is one of the hotter days, but usually it's like 30s for like a day and a half. It's been like it was like 30s for like a good 5 to 6 days, and it's still cold.
And it's gonna get colder.
It was snow Tuesday. You remember last time it snowed?
Yeah. Winter's coming, baby.
And then I feel like New Orleans got bad juju. Something gonna happen before that Super Bowl. I hate to put in the ether.
Some things already happened before the Super Bowl.
I know, no. But I don't think we're gonna make it. I hate to put it out there, but I don't know. They're like moving homeless people out. They're like busting them. I don't know. I
what
feel
are they
like
doing with the homeless people?
They're trying to clear the streets, so they're doing all that. I don't know. Just like they're just bad. They're just putting bad energy into like.
I feel like hate so much when the city does this. They're like, "Oh, we've got guests coming into town, so let's put our best fruit in the front and put a Band-Aid on all of our wounds
and put lights on a bridge."
And I can't stand when it's stop letting people come here. How about that? We just need to stop bringing people here.
This is not the city
because
for
y'all
it.
like to put on the fake and the phony when these out-of-towners come through, and then go right back to the freaking garbage and
violence.
The violence and the crime and the homelessness and the potholes.
Yeah,
business is normal when everybody leaves. And say, let's not fix it. Let's just let it sit.
It's not. I don't know. I just feel like there's bad. I feel like New Orleans is a very much.
But I'm not agreeing with you on something's gonna stop putting that in the air. Something bad already happened. We don't need a repeat of something.
I know. I don't think they're putting good energy. I stand by that. I don't think they're putting good energy in the world by moving those homeless people. And I feel like New Orleans is a very
this is not the only place not putting good energy into the world. They got some other couple of places that are doing it.
I don't know, but
far worse than
I know. But last time we had last time. That building fell, and then the COVID, and then we had Mardi Gras, and then we got hit with COVID. It's just like the city be telling us like some shit about to go down.
Yeah, because we're on top of an Indian burial ground.
I don't know, but we have. I'm not looking. Yeah, the Super Bowl. This need to be the last time they have some non Mardi Gras that come over here.
Yeah.
Because this ain't the city for it.
We'll get it in another 10 years.
I wonder how the city's going to be. I'm torn between if I want to
participate.
Yeah. I think I want to do a little bit, but maybe the day activities. I don't know if I'm going to be here at night.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. See. Yeah. Like a day
party. You
got
to play by ear.
Let's see, right? We'll see. When is it? Hold on, let me see.
February 8th.
Or 9th. We don't know who's going yet.
No.
Okay. Oh, that'd be like a week after my first. Okay, let's see. We'll see how I'm vibing with my job. Do you have anything going on, my love?
No.
Ask me what movies have I seen any?
Have you seen any movies?
I've seen a couple movies. That's crazy that you ask. I saw no, it's a movie podcast, but I recently saw Nosferatu.
Oh my god! What the fuck is that movie about?
Oh, okay.
What is it about? What is it about?
You know, like what we think of Dracula, like old timey Dracula.
Yeah.
I really don't know what I need to look it up because I'm like,
all I understand is apparently it's a remake, and the picture of the remake is in a SpongeBob episode, and that's all I know.
Yeah. Amber showed me that. She was like, they bring him up all the time. Let me see if I can find that TikTok so we can. And you've seen it.
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, you don't have to.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you've seen it. I don't know why SpongeBob says that, but it's what we think Dracula is, like my old version of Dracula. And just like I mesmerize a woman, but it's basically the main girl.
Where did you see it at? You saw it
in movie theaters. No, I saw it in movie theaters
by yourself.
Me and Chester went.
Oh.
I almost went by myself.
You in these scary movies.
I love it, but it wasn't scary. It really wasn't.
Oh, shut the fuck
up. It was Jade, it was more sexual than it was scary. It was just like the main girl, what's her name?
Johnny Depp's
daughter. Basically, when she was young, let's say Nosferatu imprinted on her. Oh. Let's say like that. I don't know. She like called out for him, and he like answered. Like he's like a demon.
How did she call him out?
I think she was lonely as a child or something like that, and she was like, "I really want a friend." And he answered.
Oh.
And like
that sucks.
Yeah. So like they've been like matched for each other. I don't want to like tell the whole thing, but they've like been.
You can tell me the whole thing because I assure you I will never watch that film.
They've been matched with each other like since she was young. She's been having like these weird sexual spells. Like she goes, you've seen like the little those little sexual
freaking Nicki Minaj,
right?
Dungeon Dragon,
right? And then she found her husband Thomas, and then
that's the boy from Skins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, it is. I forgot he's from Skins. Yeah.
He's come a long way.
He's come a long way. But so she, and then that kind of subsides those little horrors that she has.
Does she like her husband? Like
she loves him. Yeah, they love each other. But they kind of live a poor lifestyle. Anywho, he has this job opportunity to sell this business to some guy who lives 4 weeks away traveling on a horse. Right. So he goes there. It's Nosferatu.
Who's hired him?
Oh. Who's hired him, but he's also working the company that he's working for. The main guy is like one of his like, what do you call it?
Henchmen. But
they're in the daylight. It's a vampire's daylight person.
Oh, familiar.
Basically, his familiar. They don't really call it that, but that's his familiar. Basically, he like worships him. I don't even know if we met him, but it was like kind of a setup. Basically, like he set him up,
right? Obviously.
Because Nosferatu. He knows, like, I want your wife. I don't know how he's keeping up with today's time. And I'm like, right. Who married who? I don't know how he's keeping up, but anywho. So basically, it's all been like a setup. Nosferatu wants to buy like a raggedy ass mansion in her hometown though. So he is coming over from where he was somewhere else, like 4 weeks away. But so he's actually selling him a home. So he works for like a real estate company, the husband.
So the husband is selling okay.
He has to bring Nosferatu the documents to sign. So whatever. So he goes up there, he gives him the sign. But he signs the documents. But he also, weirdly enough, he signs this, the way they explain it, because I wasn't sure on Wikipedia, like an occult document. Oh. So he can't really understand it. He's at this point, he's like, he's weirded out, the husband. He's weirded out. At this point, Dracula's then sucked him off like twice. It's sexual. It's really sexual. Like
what?
Not Dracula. I'm so sorry. Nosferatu, because I don't know what the difference is. He don't go for the neck. He go for the chest. It's a very sexual. And I was reading the Wikipedia, and they say he gets sexually assaulted by him, and I was like, yeah, I kind of was getting that, but they didn't really show it. But I'm like,
oh,
it's a little Like the way he feeds is a little sexual, but they don't really show too much. But anyway, but by like the time he's signing it, Nosferatu asks him to sign these documents. He can't really read it.
He's like, I'm just ready to get the fuck out of here, man.
He's sick. He's weak. He's like, I'm just came to do my job, and I want to go.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Before he left, his wife was like, "Don't go." Like, literally, I've always had these dark feelings, and they're coming back again. You cannot leave. So she warned him not to go. He goes anyways because he's like, I want to create a life for us. But anywho, he accidentally signed some divorce papers or something.
Shit.
But I don't get the point of that because does Nosferatu really care about divorce papers?
Right.
Anywho.
What does that matter to him?
So luckily, I think his name is Thomas, the husband. He luckily escapes. But like Nosferatu and Thomas are like heading home at the same or heading to the girl at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But basically, the vampire wants
the girl,
and he's like traveling all the way there, and he's like, "Bitch, it's time for us to
What does he look like?
Oh, he looks disgusting. Have you not seen him?
No, because and that's another thing. Every time I see anything about Nosferatu, they're always talking about how the guy who plays him, how creepy he looked or whatever. And I'm like, can I actually see a picture? Can we stop talking about what he actually looks like?
You know, it's the guy from It.
Yeah.
But I could not see his... and you know, these are all the old... Let me see if I can find a... Oh, you meant on TikTok. I think they showed it on TikTok.
And then, what does William Dafoe have to do with it? He's her dad?
No. So he's like... He was like this... guy, he was like this professor who got kicked out of
Harvard.
Because he was so different. He was into the occult. So basically,
into what?
The occult and like
a cult.
The occult.
What is the occult?
That's what they call like witchcraft back in the day, like witchcraft and like that kind of stuff. He got kicked out of it, but her doctor, her legit doctor, knew him and was like, "Bitch, I know somebody."
Oh, right. You don't need a medical doctor. Yeah, you need somebody. A witch doctor,
so they basically consult him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're not really showing his...
Where does Aaron Taylor Johnson come into play?
He's
here?
fine behind.
Right.
I don't know. I hope they showed him. There's a lot of dark... I mean, he just looks creepy. He doesn't even look like really vampire-y. So when Thomas leaves... She has to be left with the family, obviously, because she's
a woman.
Yeah. So he leaves her with
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
which is his best friend, and she's also best friends with his wife, and she stays there. A lot goes on, but
they definitely die.
Yeah, a lot goes on, but basically, Nosferatu finally gets there. He's like, "Bitch, it's time," and she's like, "I will never lay with you." He's like, "Bitch, you got 3 nights, and I'm gonna rock your fucking world." Like, I'm gonna start killing everybody. I'm gonna start killing everybody around you.
I was like, sexually?
yes, that too. But he's like, and then, so her friends, them two, Thomas and not Thomas. Thomas actually doesn't die.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He die. And in the end, do you want me to tell you how it ends?
My Shayla. I'm sure it ends awful. Yeah, she probably stays with him. Oh, she dies?
So the only way, pretty much like how we know how vampires, the only way to kill a vampire is sunlight.
Oh.
So the third night, she like receives him. She's like, "Okay, fine, let's do this." So he basically spends the night sucking on her blood, and having sex with her, basically to the morning. That was her plan.
Okay.
And then once the morning comes up, he's like, "I gotta go," and she's like, "No, stay." She's like dying, and he stays, and he just dies in the sunlight.
That's so funny.
He was like so hypnotized by her.
And then she dies too?
Yeah, because he's done sucked all her blood. He spent the whole nights just... Yeah.
What a waste of time.
It was a really good movie. And I
hate movies that end like that. Oh my God. I'm watching all of this just to watch the main character die.
Yeah.
God.
It was really good. And it was shot nice. It was funny because I didn't even notice when Thomas gets to...
And I didn't see his face at all.
I know.
And he doesn't, from what I did see, he doesn't look scary. He looks just... look bald with a mustache.
Yeah, he doesn't really look that scary. It's more like a... Like, are you sick? What's wrong with him? Like, and then he got the nerve to have some hair on his head. I said, "Nigga, what? Why don't you shave it off?"
See, from there, it looked like he was bald.
He's got a little comb over. It's like mostly bald. He has like a little patch, little comb over there. Let me see if this is in here. Can you see him? I mean, that's him. This is like a scene from it. He doesn't look that scary. And at the end, he's like naked. He looks so gross. I'm like, what's the point of you sucking people's blood if you're not like hot or super strong? He's just... brings destruction. Yeah, that's scary. But like my favorite part is like when Thomas makes it to Nosferatu's castle, it goes black and white, but it looks so cool you barely even notice. I'm like, oh, this is in black and white.
Oh,
I really liked it. I think it was really shot well.
He still just looks like this is not good. He just looks like a bald-headed man.
Yeah, he looks more creepy when he's naked. But yeah, he's not that. I enjoyed it. I liked it better than what I thought I would.
Well, thank you for explaining to me what it was actually about, because I was never going to take the time to
my question is, what's the difference between Nosferatu and Dracula? And are they like completely...
His name is Nosferatu and Dracula's name is Dracula.
But I'm like, are they in the same universe? Do they ever collide? Is this like, is Dracula someone's take on Nosferatu? Which one came first? Like...
I don't know, Google it.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list. I forgot about it. And then I watched another movie.
What was that?
What was it called? Nightmare Alley. I saw it.
Jordan, this is getting out of hand.
No, it's not. It's not a scary movie though.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not. It's this movie. It's not a scary movie. Have you seen this? It won like Best Picture or something, I think, or it was nominated for Best Picture.
I've never seen that ever.
I think it was nominated for something.
What year is that?
2021.
I've never heard of it.
Girl, I ain't never. It's been a while since I finished the movie, and I was like.
Exhausted.
Not even exhausted. I was like, ugh, unsettled.
What was it about?
Bradley Cooper's character joins a circus. He learns two things from the circus. One, how to do illusions, like how to like pretend like he has an assistant and they pretend like to read people's minds and whatever. He learns that from one of the guys who used to do it. And he learns what a geek is.
A geek?
A geek.
Like historically, as we know, a geek to be?
I guess what they called it back in the day. I don't know. Like in a circus term. But the main guy who runs the circus has one of his performances that he does is that he showcases this man who's like crazed and out of his mind. He like bites a chicken alive or whatever like that. But it's basically this man who... this drug addict, who the main guy, who the circus...
He's not crazy, he's just on heroin.
Yeah, who the circus guy, like, finds. Because one day, like, Bradley Cooper's character is like, where are you getting these guys from? He's like, oh, I just go to, like, I
just shoot him up with a little heroin.
He's like, I go to a drug alley, and I ask a guy, like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. It's, he was like, you always got to make sure you say it's temporary. And I'll give you some food, some place to live, and a little alcohol, a little drugs when you need it. Not crazy. It's only temporary.
You just got to bite the head of his chicken off for him.
Yeah, my old geek's gone. I just need you to. But in the end,
geek's gone?
My old geek is gone.
Oh.
It's temporary till I find a permanent
geek. So what
does
a geek mean?
I don't know why they call it that, but that's just a person that they just call them a geek.
The heroin addicts that get out the alley are the geeks.
Yeah, okay. They just call them geeks. That's the stick. But anywho, and he's like, it's temporary. And he's like, after I get them, so what I do is I get them hooked on opium, and I get them drugged up, and he locks them in the cage, and they go crazy because they're treating him like crazy people. Right. But that's just two things that he learned from being in the circus. So he goes on. So he finds a girl that he loves in the circus. They go on, and he does his act. He perfects it. He's doing well. He's doing it in hotels. He's staying in nice places. Also, before he left, the couple who showed him how to do like his little act was like, don't do spoof shows. It's like, don't go to people's houses and be like, I can talk to the dead. Like, don't play with that shit. You're messing with people's emotions, and then like at one point you start to think you start to believe the shit that you're doing. Like you fly too close to the sun. They're like, don't do it.
So he does it.
He does it. Shit goes awry.
Obviously,
people die. Whatever. Someone dies. It was a good story. It wasn't even like, it was a good story. Shit goes awry. Someone dies. So he's on the run because he's at this point murdered someone, and he's murdered two people at this point, and another couple that he did like pretending that he can talk to the dead, like the
dead. Yeah,
they like lost a son, and the wife was during his little thing. He was like, "Your son is saying that, this is never the end. I'm going to see you soon in the afterlife." Later on, the fucking wife kills her husband and then kills herself. She's like, we're gonna go be with our son. Right. And he does. I don't think he knows that because at this point he's murdering someone else because he gets caught. Whatever. So at this point he's on the run. He like hops trains and his whole thing was he didn't drink, and he starts drinking and he becomes, I'm assuming, a drug addict, So he finds somehow he happens upon another circus or a traveling circus. And he goes to a new main guy who's running the circus. And he's like, hey, I need a job. I used to do this. I used to do like the little illusions and read people's minds. The guy's like, I'm not really into it. You smell like ass. Please exit. And he leaves. And he's like, wait, come back. I'm sorry. How about I could offer you a job. It's nothing glamorous, but it provides you food, something to eat. And it's temporary. And it's just temporary. Do you know what a geek is? And Bradley Cooper's character he starts crying. Do I know what a geek is? I was born for it. Jade?
And that's how it ends?
It was the most unsettling movie I've ever seen.
That's how it ends?
Yes. It's so fucked
up.
I
was born for it.
Jade, it's so fucked up.
I was born to do this.
It's just like he almost had it. And it's just to watch him fall.
Yeah.
And he knows that he's like, yeah, I'm a trash fucking person. I deserve this. Oh, it's so unsettling. I literally finished it and I was just like, ugh.
I'm like, what's the meaning? I think it's him saying I was born for this, but he was saying I'm awful now, so this is what
I think he would. If you like listen to people explain the movie, I think that's his way of saying like I've always. This is the path that I was always set on. To be a drunk in a cage,
right?
Crazed man.
Interesting.
Oh, it was so fun, girl. That ending, I said I will never suggest this movie to anybody.
Really?
It was a good movie, but I would never be like.
It seems like right up your alley.
No.
How is this any different than Nosferatu?
Jade, I didn't leave that movie. This movie, I was like, oh, turn it off.
Turn it off. Out of here.
Apparently it's based on a book that
of course it is. They always are.
It was just it's not even a scary movie. It wasn't even scary. It was just sad. It was brutal. It was bleak. It was very bleak.
That's how they describe it, bleak.
Yeah, bleak and brutal. And I was like, it sure the fuck was. And that movie, and the last movie I watched recently was Red One, that Christmas movie with The Rock.
Oh, how was that?
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I will add it to my Christmas repertoire.
Were you really?
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I was like, this is perfect. It's got a little Christmas, got a little fantasy, got a little what's the evil Santa? Krampus. A little Krampus in there. A little witch.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Modern day spin on a Christmas tale.
Yeah. Well, someone kidnapped Santa. We gotta get Santa back. That one of those things. But
one of those
age-old tales with a little fantasy, and I really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it was bad from some people, or like from the internet, and I was like, oh. So I never watched it, but it was actually really good.
Yeah, I heard the internet shit talking it too.
I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the best. I mean, it wasn't like.
It seems like the internet. They pick who they want to hate. They seem to not like The Rock. I don't like his movies.
Oh, I like his movies.
I know what I'm getting. I'm getting action.
Yeah.
I'm getting intensity. I'm getting his hot ass. So sign me up. I'm here for it.
I think people turn on The Rock and almost Oprah when Hawaii had those fires and they were like, please donate to this so and so, and they were like, and everyone was like,
what did he do?
How about y'all donate? They asked us to donate to help people in Hawaii, and everyone on the internet was like, you're the fucking millionaire.
Why aren't you donating? I'm sure they donated as well on top of asking others to donate.
I hope so, but yeah, that's what people ate them up. People ate them up.
As they usually
That
do.
was the only Rock hate that I recall, but yeah, I like The Rock. Yeah, very much.
He's a hottie.
Got what I got for them. It's crazy to see him when he was younger, and I'm like, he only gets bigger from here.
Yeah.
And I thought he was big back then.
Right?
Yeah. I was like,
when he's in, first of all, when at the end of Why Did I Get Married 2, he's at the end of that movie.
He's like the girl's love. He's like, whatchamacallit's love interest.
Yeah, because her husband dies.
Yeah,
Janet Jackson's husband dies.
Randomly.
And we're introduced to him. I was like, first of all, why is The Rock is in a black movie? Even though he is black, I'm like, oh, this is a first for him. I was like, how did he get
Only
here?
cameos.
Right. Only cameos. And he was so, first of all, he looked fine as fuck. And he was so slim. I was like, I forgot he used to be this slender.
Right.
Which is not even slender.
Right.
When I was watching, I like that size.
Yeah, I wonder how much.
Like now, I mean, he's still good looking, but he looked like he about to pop it, and he's like one of them muscles just gonna burst.
I'm gonna have to find like someone. I'm sure someone did already. I want to see him transform.
Oh, like a transition,
because he is. I just when he was smaller, I was like, there's no way he can get bigger than this.
It's not possible.
And then Fast and Furious 85 came out, and I was like, wow.
That's right. All right.
Any more movies? That's all my movies.
No, I haven't seen anything. But sticking to the realm and conversation of Aaron Taylor Johnson, Aaron Taylor Johnson in his breakout role.
I wonder if he considers this his breakout role.
Shit, I think it is. I think this is the start of his career.
I don't think so. I read somebody's been acting since he was like 4 or something.
I didn't say this was his first movie. I said this was his breakout role. Okay. There's a difference. Think Aaron Taylor Johnson in his breakout role. Oh, okay. Think coming of age teen comedy. Think being 14, young and awkward. Think 15th birthday party. Think girlhood and all you care about is boys and being in a relationship and being cute. Think big nose. Think fraternal twin brothers. She says it, not me. Think 4 best friends. Think British, very British. Think prep school in uniforms. Think making out to a very seriously like excessive extent. But it's British film, so I guess it makes sense. Think snogging. Think fish and chips. And that brings us to drumroll, please. Angus, Thongs and Perfect Snogging. You don't know the title.
I don't know why I used to think that it was Angus Thongs and full frontal
Angus
snogging.
Thongs and full frontal thaw. Jesus. Tongue twister.
Was it not?
Angus Thongs and full frontal snogging. That is the name of the book.
Oh, I was like, I'm pretty sure okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure it used to be called Angus Thongs and full frontal snogging.
That's the book, silly girl. Summary. 14-year-old Georgia wants 3 things: to act like a grown-up, to throw an awesome birthday party, and to land a fit boyfriend, all with the help of her BFFs, the Ace Gang. But prone to getting herself into embarrassing situations and worried about her parents' marriage, Georgia discovers that being a teen can be a pain in the neck and is not as easy as it seems.
Tight.
The film is a 2008 teen coming-of-age romantic comedy directed by and co-written by, I'm gonna mess up her name, and I'm sorry, Gorinda Chadha? Close enough. And is based on the young adult novels Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging and It's Okay, I'm Wearing Really Big Knickers. By Louise Renninson.
Did you get my joke?
What'd you say?
Say, okay, I'm wearing. Say the other book she wrote.
Okay, I'm wearing really big knickers.
What did you just call me?
You know, when they were saying it in the movie, in my head, I was like, let's play a game. Are they saying knickers or are they saying the N-word?
Right. They were like, I heard that one. You guys can't flip it in there.
I mean, honestly, if you just take out the CK and replace it with 2 double G's, there you got it. So, yeah. When the project was first being established, so when this movie was first coming together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is based off of the 1990s book series, which I would like to add that I read the series when I was a young girl.
That's what I thought.
It did.
And there's one
Didn't finish it, though.
There's one book called My Boyfriend's a Sex God, or am I making that up?
Yeah, I'm the girlfriend of a sex god.
Okay, yeah.
Like there's literally like 10 freaking books in the series. I don't understand.
It's 10.
Yeah, it's like
only 4 years
somewhere between 8 to 10. And I'm like, sis, this isn't Harry Potter. Like, what do we need 10 books?
Yeah, like this is Judy B. Jones.
Right. I never finished it. I don't think I got past like the 4th one.
Yeah.
But yeah. So when the project was first being established, so when they were first, rolling the ball with this movie, the director said, when the project came to me, the studio, Paramount, had it for 5 years, and even though they're British books, they had these two American guys adapt the book, and they couldn't get it to work. I read the script and thought, how weird. This is sort of an LA man's version of an English girl's childhood. Then I read the books and I thought, wow, there's really something here that relates to me growing up and that I hadn't seen in the script. I thought this could be a British genre film or be like Clueless or Mean Girls, but in England. And I like the idea of doing a British version of the films. Then it clicked that it should be like 16 Candles. Yes. I don't really get a 16 Candles vibe from this movie.
I want the hot guy.
I mean, I guess.
It's like every movie where I want the hot guy.
Right. I think it stands alone as its own film.
For sure.
When Georgia, I think the girl who plays Georgia, I think her real name is Georgia. So the girl who plays Georgia, when she was auditioning, the director also said, when Georgia came in, I thought that she was just so good because she looked like the girl next door. She was a 14-year-old typical girl, and she had great comedy chops. And then so when Aaron Taylor Johnson with his fine ass came into the audition room, the director also said that there was something about him that I thought, oh my God, this kid, he's got it. He has it. He was really sweet. He didn't have the trendy sort of haircut that Robbie ended up having. He had long curly hair. The problem was that Paramount had already decided we should have gone with another guy. But I fell in love with Aaron, and as an actor, I thought this kid is going to go somewhere. Whoop. I had to fight with the studio over that one. My whole thing is, first of all, if the studio's like, we've already got somebody, why are y'all letting him audition? Why are we still accepting auditions if that's the case?
Girl, never, nothing is ever secure in Hollywood.
I mean, I guess that's true, but it's just like, this is how you end up with all this bickering and this fighting because y'all doing shit like this. Ass backwards.
Yeah, I want to know who the person that do you know?
No, I couldn't scrape that up.
British person.
Yeah, probably some British kid.
She went wrong. She was wrong.
Also read that the 4 girls, I think they all individually auditioned for the role of Georgia, and then just all got casted as like the friends.
Yeah.
That's so what else? So the movie, this was the first film produced by Nickelodeon Movies to receive a let me finish. To receive a PG-13 rating. And then the film was not released theatrically in the United States. And instead it had a U.S. premiere on Nick at Night and T-Nick, and it was later released on DVD on January 19th, 2010. So that's 2 years later.
That's crazy. This is definitely a movie that needs to be in the theaters.
But I remember that being a thing. Like, I remember when the movie hit the television screens of America, and I was like, why the fuck have I never seen this movie before? And then I did my research, and I was like, oh, this is a British movie that's never come out before.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's inappropriate for kids our age group.
Yeah.
Snogging in it.
I mean, this movie is very British.
Oh yeah, British people don't hold none back.
Yeah, when it comes down to you can't even show someone getting punched in the face on British TV. But when it comes to a makeout, a sex scene, oh baby, they'll show it.
They
and it's like the reversed
punch in the face.
I think that would that would come down to an R rating for a British film. Someone getting punched in the face, that's oh my God.
Do you remember when? I don't know if you ever saw Skins, the British version. Do you remember they tried to do the American version and the moms were like, no, moms against drunk driving.
Oh, really?
It was one of those
Not
groups.
Moms against drunk driving.
But it's one of those groups. They were I think they only had one episode that premiered in America, and they were I
remember it was one season.
Down. I think only one episode premiered.
Maybe 3.
I think it was only one episode. I was waiting for maybe 3. I'll give you 3. But they shut it down. They were do not.
I don't remember that, but I remember them doing an American version, and it didn't last at all.
No, because they told them, they said no. They're y'all aren't doing this. And honestly, it's for the best. We can't handle that kind of heat.
I think we would have been just fine.
No, have you seen Skins?
Yeah. I've seen the one with the guy from. Once the little sister gets in it, I didn't really watch those. But I saw with the original people. I don't really remember it though.
It was. I can't believe it was like it was worse than Degrassi.
Degrassi wasn't bad,
but right. But Degrassi was mature.
Skins just should have been on like HBO. I think they were trying to put it on like MTV, and that should have been on HBO.
But Skins in America, that's probably on the Disney Channel. In British. In the UK, that was probably the Disney Channel. Because they be cutting oh Lord. But like Skins here, should have been on whatever channel Degrassi was on. The freaking Canadian show. It cannot be on American television. It was
Degrassi was on like Teen Nick.
No, it
didn't start off that way.
Yeah. That were premiered yet. Yeah. It was like on the 300 channel. I remember we used to go at Lita's house and we were like, girl, put it in Degrassi.
Yeah, put it on Degrassi. Our mom was watching this at our house.
And I don't think we had that channel.
We did.
Okay.
We used to not be able to watch it. Remember, we used to watch Degrassi in secrecy because Lita put us on to Degrassi. And then we used to go home and watch it, but we used to have to sneak watch it.
Oh.
And then when we would get caught, she'd be like, y'all better not be watching that show. And I'm like, no, we're watching Kim Possible. And it wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't. It was just like, I guess it was just a little mature. Then they had some mature talks.
Right.
They're talking about rape, being gay, coming out.
Okay, so that's all I pretty much had. Guess the budget.
20.
Fuck. It's not on here. Wait. Hold on.
Do you have this information? Did you do your homework?
It's not on here, but sure.
What the fuck?
Guess the box office.
Does it have a box office?
Yeah.
So, because it went to theaters in DK. 30?
No.
50.
You're too high, unfortunately.
10? 12.
14.9 million. But get this.
Yeah.
Okay, so it made $14.9 million at the box office. It became the 42nd highest grossing film of 2008 in the UK.
The
42nd highest.
How many movies came out that year?
I'm like, what are y'all doing over in the UK? If this is cracking the top 50.
That's why they come up.
Could you imagine?
That's why they can't stay their asses over there.
that's why the motherfucker. That's why Tom Holland brought his ass over fucking here.
They talking about the immigrants. These fucking UK motherfuckers are taking the real jobs. Because if I see one more fucking British motherfucker pretending to be American and I found out they British, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. And then come out talking like this. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's the real fucking immigrant regulations that we need. Let's talk about that.
How y'all coming over here taking the real money?
But could you just imagine the 42nd highest grossing film in America would probably be freaking Marvel 3.
Yeah.
Like the fucking Avengers 4 is like the 42nd highest. Why is this movie in the top 50? That's crazy to me.
In what year?
2008.
I feel like that was a good year. I feel like 2000s were killing
it. That was a good year. Yeah, that was a good year for blockbusters. Okay.
42 is crazy. That is crazy.
Woo! Okay.
British shows, man. All right.
Let's
cast.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
Georgia Groom as Georgia Nicholson, a 14-year-old girl who pursues Robbie romantically. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Robbie Jennings, Georgia's love interest. Karen Taylor as Connie Nicholson, Georgia's mother. Alan Davies as Bob Nicholson, Georgia's father.
Yeah.
Eleanor Tomlinson as Jazz, Georgia's best friend who wants a boyfriend just as much as Georgia and becomes romantically interested in Tom, Robbie's fraternal twin brother. Georgia Henshaw as Rosie, a member of the Ace Gang alongside Georgia, Jazz, and Ellen. She's experienced one of the group and already has a boyfriend. Manvagine Gruel as Ellen, another member of the Ace Gang. She is the vulnerable one of the group. Kimberly Nixon as Lindsay, Robbie's initial girlfriend and Georgia's arch nemesis. And I guess we could do the twin. Sean Burke as Tom Jennings, Robbie's twin brother, and later Jazz's boyfriend. Spoiler. And I think that's good.
I saw a TikTok. It was like this guy was like, I hate fraternal twins, and they like try to like tell people like it's exciting news. He was like, don't come up to me and tell me you got a fraternal twin. Nigga, you got a sister, you got a sibling. He's like, you wasted my time with this information. You have a sibling. But that's so true. I'm like,
that is kind of true. So it's like, what's the point of being a twin if y'all don't look identical? It's
different
kind of ways.
Yeah, it's like, just say you have the same birthday.
Yeah. We just have the same birthday. We're siblings with the same birthday. Yeah.
That's my sister with the same birthday. I'd be like, oh.
Okay, so the movie opens with Georgia on her way to a party, and I guess it's a costume party?
Yeah.
And she's dressed as an olive.
She's really excited.
She's really excited. She thinks her costume is the pits. It is, though, in my opinion. I was like, that olive costume is actually dedication.
I saw someone on TikTok dress up for Halloween. And I thought it was hilarious. And did the whole running scene. And I was like, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. People are so creative.
So she's dressed up as an olive, and she's on the way to this party.
Running.
And her dad, so the olive costume she's a stuffed olive, so she's like in a ceramic costume, so she can't fit in the car. So her dad is like driving the car alongside of her while she walks on the sidewalk, and she's like, leave me alone. I'm cool. I can't be seen walking with my dad. And he's like, I'm just trying to make sure you're safe. Whatever. So she gets to the party. Mm-hmm. She thinks, I'm gonna kill it at this party. I'm gonna look like the shit. Mm-hmm. Everyone's gonna love my costume. My friends, the member of the Ace gang, my 3 besties, they're also gonna be dressed up as hors d'oeuvres. What can go wrong? Yeah. So she walks in. No one's dressed up as her. Everyone's in mean girl-esque costume.
She expected everyone else to be dressed up. I think they were like angels or something.
She walks in, everyone's laughing at her, including the most popular girl in school, Lindsay. She goes over to her friends. She notices that they're in like angel costumes, and like one of them's like a devil, the other one's an angel, the other one's like a fairy. And she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. We plan to be different.
Yeah. They plan to dress up as cocktail hors d'oeuvres, a sausage, something else, yeah. And they completely flaked on her. And
strike one for everyone.
And then they don't even tell her.
No, yeah, that's evil. Like, if you didn't want to do it anymore, fine. But like, my house is like 10 minutes. It's like up 2 blocks away, obviously, because I walked here. Y'all could have just texted me and told me y'all weren't gonna do this.
I mean, yeah, like it really is cool if you don't want to do this, but a heads up would have been nice.
Yeah. Also, I made this costume, so
I was up all night.
Yeah,
making this paper mache stuffed olive.
They probably made their costumes together.
They probably did.
And you're just not gonna I'm surprised they were still friends after that, because that is in like,
oh yeah, that's
grammar school. That's
ended all. That's cut it off forever.
Yeah.
Treachery. So, she's dressed up as a stuffed olive. Lindsay, the most popular girl in school, makes fun of her, and she runs out with embarrassment.
And this is the beginning of her film.
Yeah.
After she has like a breakdown, she crying. She
destroys her stuffed olive costume. Her parents come outside. They're like, "What the fuck's going on?" She's destroying the stuffed olive costume. She runs inside, and she just has her moment.
So the next time we see her is the first day of school. She's getting ready for school. Her type of life that she has, she's like prepping for school, and she like shaves off one of her eyebrows because her little sister like
runs into her while she's trying to just get the flyaway hairs.
She's weirdly calm, because honestly, if my half of my eyebrow, I would be crying. Like, I'm not going to school.
I don't know why she didn't try to fill it in.
I don't know. Was that popular back then?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think it was as popular as today.
I guess
maybe the mom would. I don't think we were doing it like that. But I would have been. I'm not going to school.
I would have took a Sharpie. Girl, I would have found a marker quick.
She didn't do a bad thing. So she put a... Did she always have a bang?
She covers it up with her bang.
Which is...
Not
okay.
Really.
Work. So she heads downstairs. She's still got a fighting spirit, because I would have been in bed crying.
Her parents are downstairs. They're being all lovey-dovey, cutesy-pootsy, and she's like, "Yo, stop making out." And she kind of narrates the story a little bit and kind of just explains everything that's wrong with her life. Her parents are old, and they are in the Stone Age. They won't allow her to have any fun. She thinks her nose is huge. She doesn't have a boyfriend, and her life sucks.
She's only 14. Like, girl, calm down.
So
she goes to school, and once again, we meet her friends, Jess, Ellen, and Rosie. They're outside, they're sitting on like the lawn, and they're talking about Rosie's boyfriend and how they snog all the time and how he touches her boobs.
That's what it's like to be felt up.
And then they talk about it's not even an important scene, but they talk about the levels of snogging.
Yeah, so Jazz and Georgia came up with this snog scale, and from like hand holding to like 10 minutes of makeout is their snogging scale. And
it's very serious.
None of them, with the exception of Rosie, have ever kissed a boy.
She's the old experienced one.
And it shows.
She's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're chilling out, they're gossiping. And they see the hottest things ever to come out of London. No, they're not in London.
They're
Eastbourne?
in
Eastbourne. The hottest thing come out of Eastbourne is two guys, and they're like, "Who is that?" First day, I love that. Don't you remember like the first day of school, and like a new guy came, and you're like, "Who the fuck is this hottie? Fresh meat."
We both went to all girl schools.
Oh, I guess I'm talking about I was talking about grammar. I was talking about grammar school when we were like 14. I was talking about like that.
I guess that's fair.
I was like, who's this new guy here?
But yes, this movie does give that like a nostalgia feeling of liking a boy when you were like 12.
Yeah.
It does give that.
Like, who is this hottie that I've never seen before? Okay, but yes, so these girls waste no time. They're on the prowl. They're really good at stalking, and it's very concerning. Mm-hmm. They follow these boys to like gym class, behind the bleachers. There's no bleachers, but like
to the beach, to the movies, to the mall. As soon as school is let out, they're on the hunt to follow these.
And they're taking notes.
And one of them, and it's all four of them. Rosie, you already have a boyfriend, so why are you so invested?
I have nothing better to do.
But they're all just enamored with these two. Rightfully
creepy.
so. They both are good looking.
But like, girls, calm down. Calm it down.
I know.
It's creepy.
Be a little discreet.
Have a little decorum.
Right. Have some goddamn decorum.
So the next time we see the girls is at a sleepover. And at this point, the girls have found more details about the twins. We know they're fraternal twins. They just came from London. And then their mom owns like a organic shop somewhere.
Yes.
And while they're having the sleepover, they do the craziest thing. The boldest thing. They do like a rate your image quiz, and they pass around a sheet that has like face, nose,
lips, eyes, hair, body, and each
they rate each other.
Right, and they rate each other.
And I was like, whose idea was this? That's a terrible idea.
Why would we do this?
Terrible idea. My favorite part. To get it back. And Georgia goes, "Who gave my nose a 4?" Bitch, why would you do this to yourself? Why would you do this?
You knew she was gonna get the numbers back.
You know.
She was getting
the numbers back.
Right.
Who gave me a 6.5 for my mouth?
What's wrong with my mouth?
No one says anything. I was just like, what? This sleepover is gonna end in tears. The only one who's gonna win is Jazz.
But they all give each other 8s. So it's just like, if y'all give everybody 8s, why not just give Georgia the 8s too?
Yeah, why y'all talking about the girl nose? You know she's sensitive about her
y'all
nose.
Know she's sensitive about her nose. But they also decide that Jazz has the hots for Tom, and Georgia has the hots for Robbie.
What about me? Ellen says.
Ellen's like, what about me? And I'm like, look, Ellen, you're the brown girl of the group.
Exactly.
You can't have anybody. You can't find love.
Get to the back of the fucking bus.
Do you not know what year this is? Hello, honey.
You're lucky to be in this group.
But the non-racist excuse that they give is because Jazz and Georgia, are more mature than Ellen. Yeah. And they're able to see themselves, so they're able to see how guys will see them.
Yeah, some stupid
mumbo jumbo 14-year-old bullshit that didn't make any fucking sense.
Right. She was like, girl, there's only 2 of us and I already.
Right.
This is happening.
So
the next day they go to execute their plan.
So the next day, Jazz and Georgia are at the twins, Robbie and Tom's organic fruit vegetable shop that their mama owns. Yeah. And Jazz is like freaking out. Georgia's like, we've rehearsed this 1,000 times. Be calm, cool, collected. Get in there. So Jazz goes up to Tom. She's like, puts on this like deep, sultry voice. And she's like, hi, I'm Jazz. I'm looking for onions. And he's like, how much do you want? She's like, oh my God, £1. And Georgia's like, she's fucking it up. So Georgia goes in and she's like, hey, Jazz. So funny running into you here. Jazz is like, oh my God, Georgia, love to see you. They introduce themselves to Tom. They tell him that they go to the same school as him. And then enters Robbie.
Hottie McHot.
Hottie motherfucking McHot.
I'll tell you right now, I didn't see it. Now I know what's gonna happen to that face. But when I did not see it.
Are you serious?
Back in the day, I did not see it.
Are you so?
I can't stand that haircut. But now I see the vision.
That was the haircut of the decade.
I know, that freaking like.
If you didn't have that haircut, you weren't dateable.
Justin Bieber haircut.
Yeah, if you didn't have that bowl haircut, you were a nobody.
I'll say it. Y'all saw it. I ain't see it. But boy, was I wrong. But, I mean, I honestly didn't see it to Bullet Train. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bullet Train. Oh my God.
I didn't see it to Bullet Train.
Baby.
I saw a glimpse of it in Kick-Ass.
Girl.
And then I saw Bullet Train. I said, hold on. This can't be Kick-Ass. I know this ain't Kick-Ass.
I can't believe you did not see the gorgeousness that is Aaron Taylor Johnson in this movie.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. There was no way you saw Bullet Train coming, though. Bullet Train? He was handsome. You were like, oh, he's a cutie.
I thought he was fine as fuck here, so I always saw the potential.
Not adorable, like a little cutie?
No, it was never adorable. I am obsessed with him 12 times over than Georgia is. She thinks she's into him. I'm far more into him than she is.
Because what he brings to Bullet Train, I
started reading his books because of his fine ass.
LOL.
I wasn't reading the books because of Georgia.
I kind of assumed you were reading them. Oh, I know.
I didn't stumble upon these books until I saw the movie.
That's true, right. Beautiful man. Beautiful man. Yes, Robbie walks in and the clouds open and God says, I know. I did this. I did that.
That's my work, honey.
That's my work.
So Georgia is instantly like taken aback by him and his stunningness, and he offers his brother some tea, and he introduces himself to the girls, and then while they're mixing and mingling and conversing in the store, he reveals that he has like a cat, and Georgia's like, oh my God, I have a cat. I love cats. And they have this bond over cats.
Her cat's name is Angus. For the life of me, for the first 10 minutes, I was like, who the fuck is Angus?
The cat.
I forgot.
The cat.
The cat is Angus.
The cat.
Terrible name.
That's fine, I guess. So they share a love of cats. She's like obsessed with him. And then he also mentions that he has to go because he has band practice. And she's like, oh my God, you're in a band? And he's like, yeah. We're called the Stiff Dillons. I play bass. She's like, bass guitarists have big hands. He's like, oh my God, I do have big hands. They're hitting it off.
Yeah.
They're doing good. Mm-hmm. Then here comes her fucking mom.
Yeah. Her mom.
To blow it all. And she's like, Georgia, what are you doing here?
You have never seen a vegetable day in your life, girl.
She's like, you hate vegetables. And then Georgia's like, I'm here for the apples. And then she's like, apples give you gas.
Like, why would you? There's, even if it wasn't boys, like we're outside. We're surrounded. We're in the public eye.
Like there are people around.
Yeah. So so shut your fucking mouth.
First of all, why does apples give anybody flatulence?
Yeah.
First of all.
See, she say. I heard the runs, but I don't know what they said. I don't know what word she said.
I think she said, I forgot, but gas.
Oh, okay.
She was talking about you fart.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because it's apples.
I don't.
I'm not talking about beans here.
Yeah.
But anywho, she says all of this in front of him, and Georgia is mortified.
Great, time to go.
Next scene, Jazz and Georgia, they're walking down the streets of not London, but England, and they're talking about how fit and hot Robbie and Tom are, and that they're psychoanalyzing what it means to say see you later, and they're talking about how cute they are, etc., etc. And they're high spirits. They're really happy about the groundwork that they've just laid. Until Georgia and Jazz see Robbie walking down the street with no other than Lindsay, Georgia's arch nemesis.
Once again, Lindsay, hot girl. She's got the boobs.
She's blonde. She's got the boobs.
She's blonde.
She's
tall.
older. She's 2 years above them. Oh, also, the twins are also 2 years above them, too. So, she's his age. It's more appropriate.
Yeah, it's more appropriate. They have the same hotness level, basically.
I mean, yeah. Georgia's still coming into herself. I mean, she's only 14. Like, we're not fully,
Yeah, sure.
We're not fully there yet,
Yeah, right.
And then fucking, what's her name? Crystal?
Who? Lindsay? Jess?
Lindsay. Lindsay is a full-figured woman because she's 17 already.
I wonder how old she was in this movie.
Which one?
Lindsay.
Oh.
You know what? Sorry. That girl's so lucky that she got to kiss Aaron, Georgia. She had both of them.
Girl.
Good for them.
She blessed.
Yeah, I was like, I kissed him. I've been kissing him.
Because he been with his old ass wife since freaking the dawn of time. He ain't kissed that many women. Because she done snatched him up when he was 18.
Girl, do you know?
She's married to Ron Weasley. Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
What?
Yeah, she's married to him.
Yeah, you gotta leave with that. They look like brother and sister.
I don't know about all that.
No, they do. I feel like
They just look British.
No, I'd be like, oh, y'all, that's your sister? Me and Chancellor look like, it just happened.
Not me and Chancellor look alike. What are you doing? They don't look anything alike.
In this photo, you wouldn't be like...
They just look like a homely couple.
Both, she's redheaded, right? Am I tripping?
I don't know. She's
a little brown. Maybe it's a little brown, a little redheaded. But I'm like, okay. Not homely.
I mean, yeah, that's what they look like.
British. Oh, okay. Are they still together?
Yeah. They married.
So cute. Oh, they're married?
Yeah.
You don't know me nothing.
Girl, good for her.
Yeah. Oh, good. They've been together since 2011.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long time. Good for her.
Right.
Okay.
Dang, 2011?
Yeah, that's a long time.
They was still making Harry Potter movie.
Right.
Harry Potter movie.
She got in good.
Right. She hit.
Let's see where they met.
I don't care that much.
I don't know. That's too cute. Okay, what were we saying?
So
Lindsay. So Lindsay's...
Georgia's devastated.
Yeah, we all are, honey.
She
joined the club.
Oh, right. You're not the only one. Get in line, sister. So she's devastated to see that Robbie is not only taken, but is taken by Lindsay. What is she to do?
They stalk Lindsay.
How is she to proceed?
By stalking.
They stalk Lindsay to find out her tricks and tools.
Now, at this point, I'm like, y'all doing a lot.
It's a bit strange.
They're standing outside our house with binoculars.
Yeah. Like literally
keeping toms.
Again, fresh out of school. One thing these girls like to do, it's stalk. They were stalking them boys, now they stalking this girl. They fresh out of school, they still in their oversized fucking prep school uniforms. They're standing outside of her window, watching her get unchanged and analyzing everything that she does.
It's a bit much, mate.
It's a bit strange, darling.
It's a bit.
So they see she takes off her uniform. They see that she wears a thong. They slut shame her for wearing a thong.
They call her from.
But also, like, why do we need a thong at school? I wouldn't do it, but teach his own, I guess.
I don't do them ever.
I don't do them unless I really, really have to. But at school,
I don't get
come
the
on,
pill.
come on, Linz. So they slut shame her for wearing a thong. They're like, oh my god, that's why he's into her, because she wears thongs. Mm-hmm. Then they also see that she stuffs her bra with padded nipple covers. And
she's doing the work. Don't hate me.
Right. She's doing the work of a 17-year-old girl.
Don't hate me. Hate the game, honey.
They also call her butt fat, which
crazy.
Let's be so fucking for real.
Yeah.
It's not. And from all of that, they deduce, okay, she's just like, she's fake. And Jazz, tries to boost up her bestie, and she's like, she's got a big bum, she wears a thong, and her tits are fake.
Yeah.
You are so much better than her, Georgia. And then Georgia's like, but she still has Robbie.
True.
Which is true.
Very true.
So, what now? What next? How is she to compete with Lindsay?
Gotta get in a lab, girl.
You gotta get to work.
You gotta get to work.
Bitches don't want to work these days. You gotta get to fucking work. What does she do? with, I guess, the encouragement of her friends immediately. This is like 10 seconds later. I guess she enlists the expertise.
She makes an appointment.
of a makeout expert.
Peter.
What? Yeah, what Peter name? Peter. What his name was?
Oh, in real life? Freaking Peter.
What is his full name? Peter Dyer.
Peter Pettigrew.
He is, I don't know, a makeout expert.
Girl, I don't even know how he. What?
Right.
How do you even get? Because he got bitches. He got a very specific group of bitches, but he got bitches.
He has flunkies.
He's got flunkies,
and it's crazy.
Where did he get this? Like,
how did he become this? What would he look like 10 years from now?
What is he gonna look right? What's he gonna look like in 2 years? Is he gonna be the talk of the? Is he gonna be the Robbie when they get to Robbie's age? Like, is he starting
There's
young?
No way. He doesn't have the range. So Jazz is like, okay, you have to go see him. He's like the best.
Snogging
if you want to be the potential bad bitch that you're destined to be, you got to go make out with this British twink. Okay, you got to fucking do it.
You got to practice. Girl.
And then she's like, oh, fine, whatever. So she knocks on his door. She's like, hey, I'm here for my appointment. He's like, come on in. Puts 30 seconds, 30 minutes on the clock. And he's like, all right, let's see what she got. Let's see what she can do.
He does great.
She does fucking phenomenal. He's like, oh my God, you're a quick learner. Oh my goodness. You're so advanced. Natural for the first timer. He's like, all right, let's get in there. We're going to add some tongue. Okay.
Yeah.
They tongue for at least the session's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
For at least the last 20 minutes.
30 minutes is obsessive.
They don't move.
It could be a 15-minute appointment.
That is crazy.
30 minutes is a long
time. To make
out
with somebody you just met for 20 minutes at 14. Even for 14-year-olds, that's a lot.
He is. I know he's spreading something. I know he's spreading. Yeah. Everyone's got, what's the coughing one? Not pneumonia. What's the one you drink after
mono.
People? I know he's passing around mono.
Yeah, he's got something. At the very least.
Because I'm going to need everyone to get checked.
Yeah, you need to come in with like a freaking herpes test before you fucking do this shit.
Mouthwash.
So they make out for a solid 10 minutes. Time's up. He's like, oh my God, you were great. Phenomenal work. Got to get to my next client. Leaves the house, opens the door. The next client is Ella, one of her besties. She's like, hey, Ellen.
I'm surprised y'all were just together like 30 minutes ago. Why didn't she not mention she was coming too?
Yeah, we were just together like 10 minutes ago, Ellen. Why? You didn't care to share that you were also booking an appointment with this guy?
What the fuck? Okay, whatever.
So, Georgia goes off. She meets up with Jazz and, what's the other girl's name? Rosie. Tells him about the experience. And she says, hey, look, according to him, I'm a snogging expert.
I'm a
and
goddess.
They're like, oh my goodness, you're totally gonna land Robbie. You're unstoppable, Georgia.
Thank you.
And they run off as fun little innocent 14-year-old girls.
Yes. So Georgia now back at home. She goes to her parents who are in the kitchen and she's like, okay, guys, we have to talk about something serious. My birthday party. I want to add a club. I want a DJ and I want it to be hot.
Alcohol. I want bitches. I want fireworks. Right. I want strippers. I want cake. I want Coke.
Okay.
I want all of this shit now. But like, no, seriously, I was like, this is a lot of requests for a 15-year-old.
Do you really need to have it at a club?
A 15th birththday party? A club?
The dad's like, you can't have it at the community center? She's like, no.
She's like, if we book a club, we'll get a DJ just thrown in. Club? DJ? What are we doing?
Do they start drinking at 15 or 16?
In England, I think they start drinking at 18 or something.
Is it 18? I thought it was 16.
I think it's 18.
Okay.
It honestly might not even be 18. It might be 21 like the rest of us.
No. It's definitely not 21.
She said no.
Do they...
What's the legal drinking age?
What's the legal drinking age? Should I say it in England? The legal drinking age in UK is 18.
Okay.
Exceptions in Great Britain, England, Scotland, and Wales, 16 or 17-year-olds can drink beer, wine, or cider with a meal if they're with an adult.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. So there's gonna be liquor at this party.
Yeah.
So she's telling her parents, this is what I want. They're like, babe, no, you're 14. Why are you in such a hurry to grow up?
Calm down.
And they're like, I know this is important to you, but look, we need to talk to you about something that's actually important. And her dad tells her that he just got a job offer. Huge promotion, great opportunity for him and the family, but it's in New Zealand.
New Zealand?
And
Mom looks worried.
Mom's concerned. She's like, oh my goodness. What does this mean? But Georgia sits there. She ponders. She loves the idea. She tells herself, she's like, if his ass gets out the house, it'll be 10 times easier to convince my mom to throw this party. Instead of having 2 parents, I'll just have one that'll annoy me. And I can actually potentially become an adult.
I don't understand why she heard that news. She was like, oh yeah, he's leaving. We're not going with him.
Exactly.
Is this like a British thing? Y'all just be like,
how does this work? Because, yeah, I'm just like, that definitely means that you
would
too
leave. But like,
will be heading.
But that's not what he meant.
But that's not what he meant.
He was like, I'm going.
Well, I feel like, did it mean that? Because the mom was like, you know, he's not going to do anything that we don't feel comfortable with, Georgia.
Yeah.
So
maybe he was just going to like.
Is he just posing the idea? Like, what is this?
Maybe he was going to.
What are we really talking about?
Maybe she's going to finish the school year and he was like, y'all going to have to come though.
Right.
Or like.
What are we saying? If I say no, does that mean you don't go at all?
Yeah.
You just go and I don't go?
Right. Is it a slow move? What are we thinking here? How far is that from here?
How are we doing this?
Yeah, because I'm confused. But Georgia just said it.
I just think she's past the age of like uprooting her entire life and moving her to a different country. Or
you say she can't do it anymore?
Yeah, she's like, you can only do that up until like a kid's like 10. After that, it's just like you're fucking up their life after that. She's already in high school.
Yeah.
Moving in the middle of high school, like you can't do that to children.
I feel like you can't do it. Definitely. I feel like this might be the last year. I feel like you can't do it after freshman year.
8th grade is the last year.
She agree?
She's in high school. I think. I don't know how grades work in foreign land.
I feel like 8th grade is pushing it. Freshman year, you better. Like, freshman year, it's got to be before freshman. I cannot.
I think after 8th grade, the summer after 8th grade, that's it.
Yeah. Right. You can't, like.
But, anywho.
It's just sad.
So, yeah, she's like, you should totally go, Dad. And both of her parents are like,
oh, fuck? Okay. They're, like, confused.
They're like, oh, we're raising a little shit. But, okay. So, on to the next thing.
Georgia's got a plan. She meets up with Jess and she's like, hey, Jazz. I've been thinking, I've been pondering, you know, my life goal right now is to get that Robbie fella. And he likes cats. I have a cat, Angus. My plan is to go find him and tell him, my cat's missing. Can you come help me find my cat? And then he'll help me find my cat and then we'll fall in love and the rest is history.
And then just in time for my party, I'll have a boyfriend.
Totally.
And then once I have my boyfriend, then we can work on getting your boyfriend, I guess. And then Jess is like, what a great plan.
Sometimes I'm like, not sometimes. Jess is a bad friend. Jazz is a best friend. But also like.
Best friend or bad friend?
Bad friend. Also, yeah, Georgia is very self-centered.
Oh, 1,000%.
Girl, we can work on this together. Right. I don't know why I gotta stop.
Georgia, every conversation that they have, when Jazz is like talking about Tom, and she's like, "Shut the fuck up." What did Robbie say?
Yeah.
Me? What about me?
They're both being obsessive over like.
Yeah, they're both awful friends, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
So they agree to this plan. They conspire, and later they go to the park. The plan is Jazz, I don't know, is supposedly supposed to hold the cat, Angus. And then when she sees Georgia and Robbie walking together, she's supposed to release the cat, allowing Robbie to find the cat or some shit like that. But while Georgia's telling her the plan, Jazz sees Tom playing soccer. He looks hot. She talks about his butt. And George was like, you need to focus. This isn't about you. This is about me. Beat that ass right now. I'm the main character here, not you. Okay? Beat that ass right now. And then she's like, okay, fine, I get it. I got the plan. So Georgia goes to the organic vegan shop, tells Robbie, hey, my cat's missing. Could you help me look for it? And he's like, oh my God, Georgia, I'm so sorry. I would, but I have to help my mom out here at the shop. And she's like, okay, well, here's a flyer, you know, just in case you come across him. Thanks, I appreciate it. She walks off all sad, depressed because he didn't come to help her. Then he runs behind her. Oh my God. And he's like, Georgia, if I lost my cat, I would be pretty upset too.
I'd be so fucking pissed if I lost my fucking cat.
That was pretty good. That was for you. That was pretty good.
Not for you. For anybody. So I will help you find your cat.
So he's like, let's go look for a cat. So they go look for the cat. They go to the beach because apparently he likes water. They're at the beach. They're hitting it off.
My question. What's with all the boats?
They're at the beach, bitch.
I know. Did they just leave their boats?
There were random boats, just like.
Is this where you're anchored? But like usually in America, people bring their boats to their house.
Or they're anchored at like a dock.
Yeah.
Those boats are just like laying on the sand.
Y'all just leave it on the beach?
Yeah.
And just come back for it?
I guess they trust people.
Yeah, I'm just like, y'all just have boats? Okay.
They weren't even like docked. They were just like laying on the sand.
I'm like, are these abandoned boats? Are these good boats?
What are we doing?
Is this a boat graveyard? I'm confused.
So they're at the beach. Looking for the cat. They're hitting it off. They're talking about him coming to London, him being in the band. They're laughing. They're joking together.
They really have good chemistry.
Yeah, they have good back and forth.
They do.
So they decide that the cat's not there. They need to go to the next destination and look for it. While they're walking, Robbie tells Georgia that her mom has actually become a frequent customer at his mom's shop. And she's like, oh my God, don't take anything that she says about me seriously. And then they start talking about his parents. Mm-hmm. And he reveals to her that his parents are divorced. And he's a
child divorced.
He's a child of divorce.
Sorry. I want to laugh at He's a
child of divorce.
Poor cutie.
And his dad is back in London, and his mom opened up the flower shop. And I think they decided to go to London so they can keep an eye on her, whatever the fuck that means. I mean, not London, Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So they can keep an eye on her. So he's breaking down walls. He's being vulnerable with her. He's opening up. She's seeing a different side of him.
And she lying about cats.
And she lying. She plotting. So as they're walking, they are getting closer and closer to where Georgia left Jazz and the cat. I don't know. This person didn't really make any sense to me. The cat gets loose, which was like the whole point of the plan anyway.
So Jazz she wasn't supposed to lose the cat, but she like loses the cat. So like while she was watching the cat, she was also watching Tom. Let's go of the cat. Tom sees that she lost the cat. It's like Georgia's plan works on Jazz to me. Just like, I lost my cat.
But like, okay, but she tells her, like Georgia tells her, when you see me and Robbie walking, like let go of the cat so that Robbie can find it. What the fuck does that even matter? The whole point was for you to spend time with him, and that's what's happened here. And he does get the cat. Right. He gets the cat.
She could have just walked up and was like, I found your cat.
Right, and she's like, you ruined it. I was like, how did she ruin it?
Yeah, she didn't ruin it.
The plan still went as planned.
I guess she just... Yeah, Jazz didn't ruin anything. Maybe she's just blaming someone for the plan not going the best way possible.
Exactly. So somehow the boy finds the dang cat. Yeah. Robbie locates the cat, and Jazz is standing next to Tom.
They've been spending the whole day together.
Yeah, Jazz and Tom have been doing their thing with the damn cat. Now Robbie's found the cat.
Got the cat.
So Jazz and Tom are standing next to each other. Robbie and Georgia are standing next to each other. And Robbie's like, oh my God, we found the cat.
But I got a blast.
They exchange googly eyes, but he's like, look, I gotta go to band practice. Tom's like, oh, also, Robbie, Lindsay was looking for you. She wants you to meet her at the pier. And Georgia hears this. She's brokenhearted again. Just when she's having her Robbie moment, here comes Lindsay to fuck it all up. Mm-hmm. And you can tell when Tom says this to Robbie, Robbie's like, why the fuck did you say that in front of her? But at least that's how I took it.
I don't know, it's just hard to believe that he likes her. Like, come on. Like, really likes her? I'm like, okay. Not after first, like, maybe after this hangout, but like.
Well, that's what I really appreciate about this movie is just like, we don't got to do much. Like, he's like, art. It's just like, I'm glad we ain't got to do all this song and dance. He's already into her.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for all that shit. Let's get to the point. Yeah. We know how this shit going to end. Come on. Just like her. That's right. Like her ass. So he's already into her. But he's got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then so both of the boys, the twins, they kind of walk off. Both of the girls feeling a little defeated because the plan didn't go the way they thought. And neither of them are walking away with a snog or a date. Until Tom turns around to Jazz and he's like, hey, Jazz, do you want to go out sometime? Yes. And she's like, oh my God. Abso-fucking-lutely. I do. This is all I think about. I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with you.
I'm obsessed.
And he's like, okay, I'll call you later. And she's like, oh my God, I'll make sure to answer the phone. And Georgia's, of course, sad because that is not the result that she was expecting.
That was supposed to be me.
That was supposed to be her.
This is my plan. This was supposed to work for me, not for you.
This is me. This is my
That's
world.
my cat.
This is my story.
That's my Angus.
My cat. This was my plan.
Yeah.
Plan didn't work for her.
The fuck?
So they're walking back, Jazz and Georgia. They're walking back home, and Jazz is going on and on about how excited she is. Georgia's holding her cat in sorrow. Woe is me. She's a little jealous.
She's jealous. Worst comes to worst, she gets home and she overhears her parents arguing. She's concerned. She's like, I don't like this. Her mom comes down and she goes to Georgia.
And she says, your dad is impossible.
Can't say that.
Why would you do that? Why would you tell her that?
Not as her dad is upstairs packing a bag to go to frickin'
New Zealand.
No, this is not the best time to say that.
Right. So she goes upstairs. Her dad's packing. She tries to help him pack, but then she like hugs him and starts crying instead.
Don't go, Daddy.
And she's like, please don't go over that and start dating some hooker lady.
Right. Stay out of trouble, motherfucker.
And he's like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm married to your mother. He's like, calm down. That's not going to happen. Everything's going to be fine. She's like, I hate it when you and mom fight. And he's like, look, we're just having a tiff. She's a little anxious about me leaving.
We're good.
All is fine. She's like, okay.
Okay. And then the mom comes in. She's like, oh my God, there's a boy on the phone for you, Georgia. And she's like,
who is it?
Is it Robbie?
And she's like, no, it's a young fellow by the name of Peter Dyer.
Okay, you can hang up on that. you go ahead and click that one off.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, not interested. You go ahead and throw that one out.
And then her mom's like, what's wrong? She's like, he's not it, Mom. He's not the one. No thanks. She doesn't take the phone call.
Which is funny.
Peter Dyer, if we don't remember, was the makeout specialist.
Yes. And he's, in fact, he loves her.
He's now into her.
Enamored.
She's the best he's ever had.
Yes.
And he can't get enough.
Cannot get enough.
But that's not who she wants to be hearing from. She wants to be hearing from Robbie.
But he ain't calling, girl.
He's not.
So I think also in this scene, or at one point, Jazz went on her date with Tom. They hit it off. They're in love. I think Jazz is telling.
Oh yeah, the next day
about Georgia about it as they walk to school.
And Georgia's being the narcissist that she is. Her friend is telling her about the exciting news of her at least landing a boyfriend, and all she cares about, did Robbie say anything about me?
Can you put a good word in for me?
Can you put in a good word for Robbie to me and tell Tom that I'm good for him and not Lindsay? And Jess is like, sure, whatever.
Yeah, girl, I can't talk about you the whole freaking day. Yeah, I brought you up. What else do you want from me?
How is this supposed to work? Hey, by the way, I know we're on a date, but can I just tell you how great I think Georgia is for your fucking fraternal brother? Just before we make out, I just wanted to make sure you knew that. So, the date went well. Georgia is being a hater because she didn't go on a date with Robbie.
Yeah, she's worried about stuff.
Tom comes up, finds them on the walk to school, and he's like, hey, gorgeous, talking to Jazz. They start making out. Georgia, again, is like, oh my God, jealous, which is understandable because her friend is being a little oblivious. So, onward to school, we see this montage of Jazz hanging out with Tom. She's not sitting at lunch with the girls. She's sitting at the lunch table with Robbie and Lindsay and Tom. She's ignoring the girls in class. And now she's acting a little fake.
Yeah, this is strike number 2. First was the costume thing.
Oh,
everyone got a strike for that.
Now
but
Jazz
has got on strike number 2.
Strike number 2. So now it's gym class. And Jazz walks in. Georgia calls her a traitor.
Thank you.
And Jazz is like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you suck. You have not been hanging out with us. You're hanging out with Lindsay.
Yeah.
You are betraying me. Betrayal. And Jazz is like, just think of it as me getting like recon on the bitch. And I'll use it against her. Okay. And then Georgia's like, okay, that's fair.
For sure.
I can understand that. Now you're thinking like my best friend again. So now they're all in good spirits.
Amen.
They go to PE class.
Lindsay's on her.
Yeah. They're playing like cricket, croquet, whatever the fuck they do in Ireland, England, wherever they live. And Tom and Robbie, they're also playing on the boys' side of the field. They wave at the girls. Lindsay sees this, and Lindsay's like, "Why the fuck are you waving at my man?"
I feel like Robbie's got to be waving at Lindsay.
Oh, I guess he is waving at Lindsay. Yeah, Robbie is waving at Lindsay. But Georgia waves back as if he's waving at her.
They're like standing by each other.
And Lindsay's like, hold on, bitch.
He's not waving at you.
Let me tell you one thing, two things for certain. My boyfriend, he not into you, and he not a cradle robber. Back the fuck up or sit the fuck down.
Okay.
Those are your options.
I can't be mad at it.
And Georgia's like, I wasn't waving at him. I'm not interested in him. And then, like, Lindsay, like, kicks her in the shin or something.
Well, they get in a fight, but Georgia gets Jazz in the shin later on. But, yes. Unless she does kick her.
No, Lindsay, like, trips her or something.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah.
In the game of cricket that they're playing.
They're going in. They're
going at it. Lindsay trips Georgia. Robbie sees, and he's like, oh my God, I'm dating such a bitch. Why got
so many classes together?
Who?
Georgia and Lindsay. I'm like, why are y'all? Lindsay?
We've only seen them in this one class. This is PE.
Is that PE the senior? I guess, maybe.
I didn't, but this is in America.
Yeah.
So we don't know how their education system
like
works.
I no idea.
Foreign land.
No idea what they're doing over there.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So she kicks Georgia. Robbie sees, and he's like, "Oh my God, this chick's a bitch."
After school, a couple of things happen. Jazz gets an invite to a party, and then she also invites her girls. She was like, "Tonight,
I got an invite to this party.
Sweet 16 party.
I also was able to get you guys invites too.
This is going to be a great opportunity for you, Georgia,
to lay down some groundwork with Robbie."
Then they catch Robbie and Lindsay talking. Robbie is telling Lindsay, I can't believe I saw what you did to Georgia earlier today. Not cool.
And she's like, okay, coach, calm down. Why don't you give me a spanking or some shit? And she tries to kiss him. He turns the cheek on her. He curves her kiss.
Seek.
Georgia, Ellen, and Rosie all see this. And of course, they psychoanalyze what this means.
Did you see that?
She went in for full frontal snogging.
Ew.
And he diverted to cheek access.
Cheek to cheek. Yeah.
Which means he didn't want to snog her, right? And they're like, totally.
Yeah, well, obviously he didn't want to because he didn't. And then, girl, I screamed. And so while they're having this full-on conversation, they're hiding behind bushes. And then Robbie comes up and he's like, Georgia, what you doing back there? I screamed. I was like, oh, now you found them. I was like, well, hell no. Y'all are getting too fucking close. This is creepy. Y'all have to stop. They're like, Georgia's like.
But how he got over there that quick?
They were literally 2 feet. He literally went on the other side of the bush.
I guess.
They weren't that far.
Well, he sees them creeping. And he's like, what are you doing? And then she's like, oh my God, Ellen lost her earring. He's like, but she's wearing both of her earrings.
Whatever.
And she's like, she lost one that she wasn't wearing. And he helps her off the ground. And then Lindsay sees this. She's like, I need to stop allowing this bitch to talk to my man. So she comes in and she's like, Georgia, I just want to apologize for what I did to you earlier. It wasn't nice. It was unkind. And I'm really sorry.
Sorry about that.
You're actually a really good player and you should try out for the team. And then Robbie's like, oh my God, Lindsay, that's so nice of you. You're right. She should try out. And then Georgia's like, you bitch. You're fake. This is all a facade. You're lying.
Go fuck yourself.
She doesn't say that, of course. But she's thinking it. And then so they say their goodbyes, Lindsay and Robbie, and Georgia's like, oh my God, what am I to do?
What is a girl to do in this society? So that night, Georgia and Ellen, the two losers of the group, just kidding. But they're the two single people of the group. They're getting dressed.
They're getting ready for a party.
They're getting ready for the party. I hate when Ellen, because they put their makeup on. Ellen goes, don't you think we're pathetic or something like that?
She's like, do you think we're sad?
I was like, oh my God.
And then Georgia's like, no, why? And she's like, because we're the only two without boyfriends.
Calm down, Ellen. First of all, we're
Stop
going out.
Stop putting your value into a man.
First of all, we're going out. Second of all, sad? Sad.
Like, bitch, we're just 14. Calm down.
Now you're stressing me out. Yeah, I do think we're sad now. I do.
Now that you mention it, shit.
Now that you mention it, I feel really sad right now.
Okay, also, so Georgia's mom storms in. What we failed to mention is Georgia's mom ended up hiring like some interior designer to redecorate the living room while the dad is away for New Zealand.
Yeah.
And she's been hitting it off with this guy a little bit too much.
They're having a great time.
He's hot. He's young. She'd be drinking with him. They go salsa dancing together.
Talks about him all
Not
the
only
time.
is he just working on the house, but now they're like buddies.
His name is Jim.
And he's getting a little bit too close for comfort in Georgia's eyes. And Georgia thinks there's something going on.
What is this shit?
So Georgia's mom comes up before they get ready for the party. She's like, hey, I'm going out with Jim, by the way.
See you later, Gator.
And she's like, why are you going out with him? You're married. And she's like, oh my God, calm down.
Her mom's also wearing thongs now.
Yeah, and her mom's wearing thongs.
We can see. The thong that she was wearing in that, it was like, no one's wearing that kind of thong.
First of all, no one's wearing thongs that high.
Yeah.
We don't want to see
this. This isn't a Missy Elliott music video.
You're not Manny in the episode of Degrassi where she wears the denim jeans. Somebody needs to recreate that look. That was iconic. But you're not Manny in Degrassi. Calm down.
Please.
We don't need to see your thong. But anywho, the mom is acting different ever since she started hanging out with Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And Georgia don't like it. And she peeping game before she leaves the party. So Georgia and Ellen, they arrive at the party. She's like, oh my God, where's Robbie? Why isn't he here yet?
Donde.
She doesn't see him, but who she does see is young Mr. Peter Dwyer. He's got his bitches with him. He's got his flunkies.
It's my posse. It's the girls.
And he sees Georgia and he's like, Georgia, babe, I missed you. Ellen and Georgia make a run for it onto the dance floor where they see Rosie. Did you see Rosie's boyfriend?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he's there.
Is he cute?
He's a wigger.
Oh, that makes sense.
It makes perfect
It makes sense.
fucking sense. As soon as I seen him, I was like, of course he is.
Yeah.
He on a fucking do-rag.
No.
I was like, of course. I was like, this is exactly who she's dating. It makes perfect sense. It couldn't have been anybody else. But this white dude with the do-rag on. Oh my God. It made perfect sense.
It does make sense. I'm like, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, 100%.
She looked like she would be on Skins.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She does. She probably was.
Was she? Okay.
Okay, so they hit the dance floor trying to avoid Peter. Peter follows them onto the dance floor. He's basically harassing them.
Stalking them.
And Georgia moves to the left to get away from him. He moves to the left. She moves to the right. He moves to the right. To the point where they can't get rid of him. He pulls her arm and he takes her outside. And they go outside and she's like, Peter, what the fuck do you want?
What do you need from me?
And Peter's like, you never called me back. And she's like, I'm sorry. I've been really busy with school and my studies. And he's like, I missed you. I can't stop thinking about you. I crave to kiss you again. And what does he do?
He attacks her.
He fucking attacks her.
He like push.
Is
he drunk? Like he falls on her.
He jumps on her. He falls on her. They fall into the bushes. She's like, oh my God, Peter, get off of me. Looks like he's like literally assaulting her.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Robbie and Lindsay and Jazz and Tom arrive to see this. She's laying, poor Georgia is laying on the ground, skirt up, knickers out.
Knickers.
And lo and behold, there Robbie is to see it all. And he looks upset, even though he got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
He looks upset to see this. She's embarrassed. Lindsay's making fun of her granny panties. Jazz is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Jazz, to me, strict 3.
Why?
For Jazz.
Why?
Be like, oh my God, let me help you up. She just like looks at her stupid.
I guess it's
I'm like, girl, can you help me?
Jazz is the opposite because like, why are you going to this party with this girl?
Yeah.
I understand you lying because that was a lie.
Yeah.
Saying you're doing recon.
You're not.
You're not. You're hanging out with this bitch.
Y'all are friends.
This is your friend.
This is your friend. Just say that.
Just say that.
Just say it. Just say you don't want to be friends with me. Just say it.
Just say
if that's your new friend, just say it.
Just say it.
Just say it. She could have been like, she literally, I just didn't like how she stood there. She was like, I don't want to be part of this. Can you help me up? Can you get, she's like, to me, it's just like.
She was stunned.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Move. Do something. Help me.
So, Robbie sees this. He walks off in frustration. He's upset. Georgia runs off. Does she run off?
Yeah, I had to. Party's over.
Gotta
with it.
Gotta run off.
I'm gonna go home.
So she goes home. She's devastated. What a night. An awful night. The next day, Jazz comes over. And she's like,
It's weird.
what were we doing?
Yeah, what was
going on?
What was that?
What's that about? And she's like, George was like, Jazz, you have to tell Robbie that Peter, is not my boyfriend and we're not together. And she's like, did you see how that shit looked?
It's too late, honey.
You were skirt up, knickers out.
What did you call me?
What did you just call me?
What did you just call me? And
you heard me.
Yeah. You heard what I said, girl.
And she's like, you have to make this right. And then Jazz is like, well, look, Tom told me that him and Robbie are going to the pool today. You should go over there and see him. And she's like, and Lindsay won't be there? And Jazz is like, no.
She can't swim. I don't know.
She doesn't like to get chlorine in her hair.
She doesn't like water.
And she's also looking at party venues. And Georgia's like, fuck. This bitch's birthday is the same time as mine.
Around the same time?
Yeah.
Did she tell her that it's the same day yet? Okay, no.
It's around the same time.
Okay,
no, we don't know that it's, yeah. And she's like, she can't have a cooler party than me.
And she will.
And she will because she's popular.
Yes.
So George is like freaking out.
So stressful.
So stressful. To be a 14-year-old girl.
It's like another popular girl. The girl who's definitely more popular than me is having a birthday party. The
popular,
day
hotter, more mature.
Just call it mom.
Older.
Right. Mom, just go ahead and cancel the party.
Let's just wrap it up.
Oh.
Hang it up. So George is like, Jazz, please, you have to come to the pool with me. And she's like, okay, fine. I'll do it. So here's the plan. These two always got a fucking plan.
Right. Just go to the pool with
Jazz goes to the pool with Tom and Robbie, and then Georgia will surprisingly bump into them.
Surprise, surprise.
So Jazz, Robbie, and Tom are all at the pool. They're sunbathing. And then here comes Georgia, but she had to bring her little sister along because her mom went out, I don't know, salsa dancing with the interior designer or some shit.
Again.
So Jazz sees Georgia. She's like, oh my God, Georgia, hey, over here. What a surprise.
Why not be surprised? Why can't you just be like, I'm hanging out Georgia's going to come over.
Yeah, Georgia's
She's
coming.
a friend.
It can't look like desperate. It has to look organic.
I guess. It'd be like...
It has to look,
It's just so stupid because obviously...
It has to look whimsical.
Yeah.
Like this just happened. My hair just falls this way.
Hey.
So Georgia tells Jazz, she's like, I need to fucking talk to you. They go to the locker room at the pool. Georgia's like, first my mom tells me I have to watch my little sister, and now look at my legs.
Look at me.
Her legs are orange. She thought her legs were pale. She covered them up in self-tanner, and now they're like permanently orange. She looks like a lobster.
She's always doing something.
She's always doing something to her body. She looks like Larry the goddamn lobster. Jazz tells her, just cover up your legs with a towel. Hop into the pool after he's already in so he doesn't see you.
You'll be fine.
Fine, cool. They all meet back up at the pool. Jazz and Tom take Georgia's little sister. They go hang out with her so that Georgia and Robbie can have some alone time.
Yes.
Robbie hops in the pool. Georgia follows. They're splashing around. They're laughing. They're kikiing. Ha, 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 ha. Now it's time to do a handstand contest. She does a handstand contest, revealing her orange legs. He's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with your legs?
What kind of tan did she use on her body that did not come off in the pool?
Exactly.
I was like, girl, spread the love because that is some good self-tanner that it didn't come off.
It didn't. I mean, I feel like they're supposed to be like,
but that
stick,
right? But it should have came off a little bit. Like with chlorine, it's got a little scrub. It
a little bleach.
Yeah,
but that shit ain't come off.
Nothing.
And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I thought my legs were pale. I put tanner on, but it's not coming off." And he's like, "Oh my God, you look crazy."
Yeah, stop doing.
And then she's like, "Oh, don't make fun of me." He goes down under the water, looks at her legs.
They're cute.
They're having this cute little moment. She's embarrassed. He's making fun of her in a cute, playful way. He splashes her. She splashes him back. They look longing into each other's eyes. And then he plants one on her.
I was like, oh my God. That was so cute.
That was so cute. I was like, oh my God, you just kissed her.
And then, it's like Sparks have...
And it wasn't even like a kiss. This wasn't no peck. Like, they was making out. Mm-hmm. That was a make out.
Girl.
Sparks are flying.
Also concerns.
And then so they stop kissing, and they kind of both just kind of like look at each other like stunned, like, ooh, what happens now?
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta go. But I'll call you, okay?
Right.
And then she kind of just standing there stunned and is like, okay. Oof. And that's where we ended with these two.
Craziness.
Movie ends. We're over. We're done.
Right. they all live happily ever after.
Not quite. So Jazz and Georgia, they're back at home. They're on the phone. Georgia gives her a full play-by-play. She's like, he kissed me. She's like, oh my goodness. Results. Mm-hmm. Finally, all of our hard work, it's paying off. I have my boyfriend. Now you getting Robbie. This is fantastic. He'll call any day now. Hopefully. They're like, oh, love this for us. They hang up. Okay.
She gets a call.
She gets another call. She thinks it's Robbie. Nope, it's her dad. Her dad's like, hey, Sugar Plum.
You're moving to New Zealand.
I want to let you know that they offered me an even better position, something that I can't pass up. I want y'all to come to New Zealand. And Mom's also on the line. She done hopped on three-way.
But Jim. Mom's like, I got Jim now, though. What about Jim?
I was like, who the fuck is Jim?
They're deciding.
Tim.
That was Jim.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
I think it's Jim.
I think it's Tim.
I've written down Jim so many times. That was Jim.
Gem. It's actually Gem.
Gem.
Like a Jem.
It's Jim. Yeah. Jim. I'm not saying Jim. That's not a name. Jem. It's disgusting. It's Jim.
Not that's disgusting. Okay, but he's like, y'all need to come up to New Zealand because this is what we're doing. And Georgia's like, what are you talking about? Life is just finally starting to align for me.
That doesn't work for me.
I can't do that. This isn't going to happen right now.
Don't see that in my cards.
Talk to me in 7 to 8 business months.
Sorry.
Okay. So Georgia hangs up. Someone rings the doorbell.
Ring a ding ding.
She's like, Robbie. She goes to answer the door. It's not Robbie.
Fucking Peter.
It's fucking Peter Dwyer with flowers. He's like, baby, I love you. I miss you. And she's like, Peter, bro, this isn't gonna work. I'm not into you. We can't date. And he's like, I love you. Why?
Tell me why. Give me a reason. Give me one reason.
She's like, I could be moving. And he's like, okay, well, we'll just spend all of our days together until it's time for you to go. And she's like, okay, I can't go out with you because I'm a lesbian.
He's like, I can't work around that.
We can't work around the lesbian.
That's where I draw the line.
We can't convert her back. Okay, so you can't fix that. And he's like, fuck.
That's a big lie.
That's a big lie.
You just told her you didn't like him.
Yeah.
Just say you don't like him.
Yeah.
You don't care about him. Just say you don't like him.
But she's not capable of that.
I'm a lesbian. That's a big lie, girl.
That's a huge one to keep up with.
Yeah.
So
the next day at school, she's chilling in the library. She's daydreaming about Robbie. While she's daydreaming, someone throws a note at her. And we introduced
Dave the Laugh.
Dave the Laugh, that's his nickname?
Yeah, Dave the Laugh.
He throws a note at her, Georgia, and he's like, are you a lesbian? And she's like, the news has got out.
The news travels fast.
She's like, no, I'm not a lesbian. She looks up on the other side of the library. We see Peter, and he's crying.
He's heartbroken. He's got his bitches on either side of him.
He's going through it.
And he's going through it.
They're like, why not me?
They're like, why not me? Her. And he's like, y'all aren't Georgia.
She's like, yeah, no, I'm not a lesbian. I just told Peter that to get away from him. And then Dave writes a note back, and he's like, okay, yeah, that's what Robbie said, that you definitely weren't a lesbian.
And then Georgia writes.
That's what Robbie said?
Yeah.
Robbie said that?
She's like, oh my God, did he really? What exactly did he say? And then Dave writes another note, and he says, basically, Robbie said that he knew for sure that you're not a lesbian.
Not a lesbian.
Are you going to the Stiff Dylan gig this Saturday? He asks her. And then
the gig I wasn't invited to?
This is a segue for him to ask her out on a date.
Yes. So after school, Georgia meets up with Jazz. And Jazz. Sorry, it's spelled weird. And they discuss, everything that's going on. And they discuss her party. At this point, is she on strike number 4?
I wouldn't give this a strike against her.
No, this is a strike.
This would be strike number 3, though.
She had the
olive costume. Fuck, what was the second one? Oh, her panties being out.
Her panties being out, and her ditching them for the cool kids.
Okay. So yeah, strike 4 then.
It's my strike 4. Jazz has to tell Georgia, okay, so Lindsay is gonna have her party on the same day as you. How? Like, how did that happen? Georgia asks. Well, she kind of saw me planning your party, and she looked over and she was like, what? Are y'all really hanging out that she needs to see your plans? I'd be like, girl, strike number 4.
My whole question is, why must y'all hang out
to the point where
as double dating? Like, why is it a 4-way hangout? Why can't Tom and Jazz just hang out separately from Robbie and fucking Lindsay? Why are y'all always hanging out together?
And then, like, also, if you're like,
I understand it's your brother-in-law, but like,
also, if y'all hang out so much and you see that she's doing that, why don't you say, no, don't do that? I will never, like, cause some commotion in this group. Like, right. y'all, like, that would have been like, okay, I'm never hanging out with you ever again because you're doing this on purpose. You're upsetting my friend. I think she was just, Jazz appears to be dumb. So I don't think she's trying to keep the peace.
It was nice of her because she was working on her friend's birthday invitation to begin with, which she doesn't have to do. So that was nice.
Sure.
And Lindsay probably just so happened, being a nosy bitch that she is, looked over Jazz's shoulder and saw it and secretly internalized the date and changed her date.
She didn't internalize it. She did it on purpose.
Did. No, I'm saying she
remembered it.
Yeah, she was like, okay, yeah, Saturday, November 12th. That's the date. Okay. Now I'm changing it to mine. But she didn't like vocalize that to Jazz. She just internalized it for herself and changed her date.
It's Jazz's fault.
And, it is her fault, but
I'm over it.
I wouldn't cause this as a strike against her.
It's a strike for me. It wouldn't have been a strike if the other stuff didn't happen. But like at this point, I'm like, girl, you won't then fucking ice.
I guess.
So after hearing this, Georgia is like, I'm fucking done. I don't have the boy. I don't have the party because no one's gonna go to my party. I'm going to freaking Lindsay's party, who's actually gonna be at a club. I want my party at a club, and she has a
crash out moment.
She crashes out. She goes upstairs. She cries. Her mom talks to Jazz for a little bit, and I'm assuming Jazz tells her a little bit of what's going on. And her mom goes to talk to Georgia, and her mom's like, you don't have to tell me everything. This is your business, but I kind of got the vibe. It's about a boy. Boys are stupid. You're amazing. Here's a book called Boys Are From Mars.
Is that the book that she gave her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boys Are From...
Did they show the book?
Yeah.
Oh.
Girls are from... What was it?
Boys are from Mars. Girls are from Venus.
And basically, like, this is your learning tool.
This is your guide to gaining a man.
Yes. She's like, I still haven't figured out your father. It doesn't stop being confusing, so.
Welcome to the world of...
Go ahead and lay down. So, Georgia must have stayed up all night to read this book, because the next morning when her friends come over, she's got a plan.
Another one. This bitch got plans.
She tells the group, I am going to win Robbie back. How, you may ask? I'm going to use Dave, Robbie, and I'm assuming Tom's best friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a date with him to the concert that they're having that I wasn't invited to, but Dave was invited to me. And I'm going to make Robbie jealous. And then from there, he will be jealous and he will fall in love with me again, and he'll be happy.
He'll see me with Dave. He'll be jealous. He'll come back into my arms and we'll live happily ever after. How did I devise this plan? All thanks to this book.
Books save lives. I see
it
every day.
What was it called? The rubber band?
Yeah, something like that. Like smack. Yeah, they call it the rubber band. I forgot what the analogy was, but it was called the rubber band.
Something like that. Yeah. So this is her plan. She gets all dolled up. Dave comes and picks her up. They head to the Stiff Dylan gig. They go. Robbie sees them. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" She ignores Robbie. She sits down. She talks to Dave. He talks about women's boobs.
So when I forgot, it goes bad. I was like, this works. Georgia and Dave, I could see it.
No, literally, I was like, this is more her speed.
This is more her vibe.
I was like, this is who we should.
I think it could have worked out until you said the
Nunga Nungas.
She was like, what? Nunga Nungas. And I'm like,
yeah, that was a very elementary.
Yeah, I was like, it's definitely not first
so
date.
Juvenile.
Definitely not first date. I wonder. So is he in her grade or is he in the same grade as Robbie?
Right.
Because I'm getting that he's in her grade, but that's because he's short.
He's not that short, but
compared to Robbie and Tom, they're like 6 foot tall. And I feel like
he's like Robbie's height.
Really? I feel like she's. I don't know. I mean, I don't know heights, but I feel like he was her height. So that's why
maybe so. He was taller than her.
A little bit. He gave young boy to me.
So
Robbie says. So she's pretending to have a great time.
Yeah, she's pretending to enjoy the company of Dave and the laugh when she's thinking about Robbie the whole time. Robbie sees this. He's a little mind fucked. He's like, why the fuck is she here with my friend? I like you, but I still have a girlfriend, so can't fucking say anything anyway, so he doesn't say anything. So it's the end of the concert. He tries to go over and say hey to Georgia and Dave. Lindsay puts a halt to that immediately.
She's like, no. We got people.
She's like, no. We got a after party to go to at my house. You're not saying hello to nobody. Let's go.
Let's go on home. So next scene we see Dave drops off Georgia at her home. He's like, I had a great time. This is why I felt bad for him. He was like, I really had a great time. I really like you.
He said it was the best night of his life. And her face is like, fuck.
She's like, I took it too far.
She's like, damn it.
I should never read that book. Don't read anybody. No one ever read.
Don't.
She's like, I took it too fucking far.
She's like, damn it, I'm in over my head with this one. And then he goes in and tries to kiss her. And she pulls the same move that Robbie pulled on Lindsay. She turns her head to the side. So he only is able to kiss her cheek.
So the next day at school, Georgia, feeling bad about what she's done, she tries to talk to Dave.
He gives her the cold shoulder.
This is new. Not sure what this is about. Hey Dave, what's going on there, buddy?
And he's like, I really hope your elastic band. That's what it was. Your elastic band theory worked. And she's like, what?
What you talk about? I don't know what you're talking about, man.
And then he's like, Jazz told Tom.
Strike number 5.
Now that's where she fucked up at.
Cause bitch, what?
Why you can't hold no fucking water?
Not this day. It was yesterday, and he knows about it right now. Not even a week later, not even 2 weeks.
Saturday on Monday. Come Monday, he already knows.
He probably found out 2 hours after the date. He probably called up Tom, and Tom was like, "I hate to tell you, buddy, but like what?"
Now she fucked up then. He says, Jazz told Tom that you only went on a date with me to make Robbie jealous.
Bitch, what? Are you kidding me? Are you the op? Are you the op?
Do you even want to see me succeed? Do you want to see me happy?
Apparently not.
Are you one of them hating friends?
Gotta be. Cause what?
Gotta be. Cause you're sabotaging me right now.
Cause she was about to let him down easy. You know, so I'm sorry about the whole date. I think she was gonna tell the truth. Like it wasn't.
I wouldn't say all that. No.
I think she was gonna be like, hey.
She doesn't have the range.
But she looked like she was talk to him and be like, you know, it wasn't it. Because I don't think she liked how she was.
Maybe say that, but she wasn't gonna be like, I used you.
Oh no, she wasn't gonna tell the whole truth. But I think she was gonna be like, yeah, I didn't like the date.
Okay, maybe that.
Yeah, and just let him down easy.
Maybe.
But he needed to know the whole truth.
But he knows now, and he calls her like heartless, and he's like, "You used me," and
yeah, I feel bad for him. Yeah, and I get it.
Of course. Now we're back in PE. We're playing cricket, croquet, whatever the fuck they play over there.
And then I'm sorry, I feel like Jazz had to see this coming, and bitch, you should have warned me.
Exactly. Like,
why
hey,
did you?
I accidentally let it slip to Tom about this.
Tom told Dave. Because there's no way that Tom told Dave and did not tell you that he told Dave.
What?
Tom had to tell. You know, Tom told. Like, Tom would have told Jazz that he told Dave. I feel like.
So I feel like might not have.
There's no way. They seem to tell each other everything. So now, yeah, we're at PE.
We're at PE. They're playing that game again. And Georgia confronts Jazz, and she's like, I cannot believe you told Tom that I used Dave to make Robbie jealous. And she's like, I didn't mean it, Georgia. He's just so cute, and I have to tell him everything because I'm obsessed with him, and he's my boyfriend.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. And Georgia takes this opportunity to hit her with some serious low blows. And she says something about
he's not good
he's not good for you.
He's not good enough for you.
He's not good enough for you. He's only going to be like shoving vegetables for the rest of his life. At least Robbie has ambitions. And then Jazz is like, well, at least I have a boyfriend. You don't have anybody. And that is why Lindsay's party is going to be better than yours. And I'm going to Lindsay's party instead of yours.
7. She don't strike 7.
And then Georgia kicks her in the shin.
And then freaking Georgia gets into the principal's office gets in trouble and she has to pick up trash in the rain after school. I'm gonna give another strike to Jazz, because bitch, this is all your fault.
But then now this is the real strike. So while Georgia is in the rain picking up trash, Jazz is limping, but you just got kicked in the shin. Calm the fuck down. You didn't fucking sprain a ligament. She's limping with Lindsay side by side, walking with her.
Gotta go.
First of all, you milking this shin kick,
right?
And then you got the nerve to be walking alongside Lindsay after all of this?
Pick up trash in the rain
because of your ass.
Because you did me wrong.
So
I spoke my truth.
While she's picking up the garbaggio, Robbie comes up.
I'd be like, dude, not right now. I've got enough. I don't fucking need this shit.
So he walks up to her and he's like, you really pissed off a lot of people, Georgia.
Shut the fuck up.
And she's like, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean it. And then he's like, Dave's my friend. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to him? You used him. And she was like, I didn't mean to hurt his feelings.
Yes, I was just,
And he's like, you really messed it up. And then she's like, well, why didn't you call me? And he's like, look, I didn't handle things right. I didn't want to two-time anybody. I had a lot to figure out and a lot to handle.
I was going to break up with Lindsay, basically.
And he was like, I was going to break up with Lindsay and then call you.
And we was going to date. We was going to do the damn thing.
She hears this and she gets excited.
Really?
But he says, but that's all changed now.
Because you're a fucking cunt.
And she's like, why did you tell Jazz that Tom isn't good enough for her?
Strike 15. Come on, Jazz.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Why would you do that?
Like, come on. Why? Clearly, we're going to be friends later.
This bitch can't hold water for nothing.
And then she told me that Tom's not getting it for you.
And then she told me, Tom, that you're not good enough for me.
Why would you? That's his brother, bitch. God,
shut up. She's the ops.
Strike.
She's the worst.
Just like, at this point, I'm like,
get her out of here.
X, throw her off a cliff. She's done, so she's the worst friend ever.
And Georgia's like, yes, I might have said that, but I didn't mean it. And then he's like, so does that mean I'm not good enough for you? And she was like, no,
please,
it's not what
better
it means.
than me.
Like, yeah.
You're like you're a 10.
You're better than I am for you. Come on, let's be for real.
Yeah, I'm still growing.
You're too good for me. Let's be for real.
What does he tell her? He tells her, like, you need to grow up and stop thinking about yourself or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, I thought you were different.
First of all.
I thought you didn't care about stuff like that.
But he says, like, you're a kid. Something like that. And I was like, first of all, we're both kids. So calm down. He does call her a kid. Just because you work at your mom's organic shop doesn't mean that you're a fucking adult.
Yeah, and shut the hell up, because you were making out with this kid 2 days ago.
Yeah, exactly. So, first of all, you're a cheater.
Right.
So don't forget.
You're a cheater and you're a cradle robber.
Yeah.
So if I'm a bad person, what the fuck does that
and
make
you're a fucking foreigner. You're not even from this land.
Right.
Fucking London piece of shit. I don't know.
You fucking Euro trash.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Your weird fucking sibling. Fuck you.
So,
like, clearly I didn't mean that. I don't even know what that means. That not that you were trash. That part. That clearly I don't know what it means that your brother's not good enough for Jazz. I'm just saying shit, dude.
I'm just spitting out vitriol.
Yeah. I also said that you have a future with the band. I'm just talking crap.
I'm just talking shit. I'm angry. I'm trying to let it out.
Leave me alone.
Anyway, he walks off. He leaves her to sulk in the rain and think about what she's done.
And at this point, worst gets to worst. She goes home. I think she's sulking her bed. She comes out. She's holding her cat. And she overhears her mom talking to her, like, best friend about, like...
Who's a pretty shitty lady.
Yeah.
I might add.
Someone brings up divorce. I think the lady... She says, like, I wish I would have...
She's like, oh, I wish I would have divorced my husband forever ago.
Yeah.
And then George's mom is kind of like, well, don't you, like, miss being a family? And doesn't he miss, like, the little one? Mm-hmm. And she calls her daughter a monster. And she's like, no, he gets the little monster once a week. That's more than what he had when we were together. And I guess George is kind of just like hearing this conversation, and she's like, my parents are getting a divorce.
Yeah.
It's for sure happening.
And her mom's getting ready to go salsa with Jim again. So
she's like, okay, yeah.
It's done.
They're donezo.
And at this point, Georgia does what she does best. stalks her ass.
She follows her mom, and she sees her at salsa with Jim, looking into his eyes.
They're having a great time.
They're having a great time, and she's like, ugh. So what does she do? First of all, she goes to New Zealand.
I was trying to figure out. I was like, is Eastbourne a real place? Because I was trying to see like what's the distance.
It is,
and they wouldn't come up. Eastbourne to.
It's not Eastbourne. It's like Edbourne. Edbourne.
There's no point for me to know.
Well, you're trying to figure it out.
Oh, I know how to spell it. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh.
But see, this is not helping. To travel to New Zealand from Eastbourne, you can fly. Okay, well,
because she hops off a bus.
Yeah, you can fly. You can do, but like how? Why don't you tell me how long it takes?
There's no way she flew to New
travel
Zealand.
time. Oh no, she didn't. But
how the hell did she get there? Because it sounds like you can't drive.
It's just not. It's not giving me. It's like it just. Why is it not telling me?
I don't think it's possible to drive there.
Well, she couldn't have flown. There's no way they would have had to put her missing. I don't know. Like, am I not putting in the right European? Like, is New Zealand too broad? I don't understand. Every time I try to look it up, it's just like no.
Dude, no way.
Okay.
Where she went.
Wait, are Eastbourne?
No fucking way.
Are they both in New Zealand?
No way she went here.
What?
This is next to fucking Australia.
I'm confused.
This girl went across the world.
It's impossible.
We have to be working in New Zealand.
Maybe she's not from. Is she from Eastbourne? Eastbourne. Okay, let me see where Eastbourne is. It's a town in England. Okay, let's see. Okay, how far? Let's say England to New Zealand. Let's. Bus time. I don't know.
You're not gonna get a bus time because you can't get there by bus.
But there's no way that she took a plane. Right? So when I looked it up yesterday, I was like, okay, how far is this? And it was like, it's a 24-hour flight. And I'm just like, I don't understand because there's no way that she couldn't have been gone for that long. But this is what I'm getting. I'm getting a 24-hour flight. But she got it there on a bus.
That girl, how? Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because, like, her mom wasn't worried. Was she so obsessed with freaking Jim that she didn't realize her child was gone for 2 days?
Are we convinced that they're in England? Like, there's no way.
I don't know. Edinburgh. Let's see. We're confused by the European.
The girl flew across the world.
Yeah, so we're not sure. So
to go see her daddy. How that was possible, I don't know.
We're gonna move past it.
We're moving forward.
Yeah, moving forward.
She gets off a bus some kind of way and is in New Zealand and goes to the receptionist at her dad's office.
Where is the man?
Asks for her dad's boss.
Where he at?
And the receptionist is like, oh, he's left for the day. Is there anything that I can help you with? She breaks down to the lady, has this whole story to tell her about how she doesn't want her dad to live in New Zealand anymore.
That's a story to tell.
She wants him to come home.
Don't tell.
She's giving her this like sad, sob story.
What a great receptionist.
Like, yeah, and the lady's actually like listening to her. I don't know, like, absolutely not.
Do I need to
so she's telling her this whole story about how her mom doesn't want her dad to be in New Zealand. Her little sister doesn't want it. I don't want it. We want him to come home.
She's dropping all the tea.
She's just
fucking Jim.
She's just unloading all of her trauma onto this chick. And this receptionist is like, okay,
girl, I'm here to listen. But you guys to get back on that buzz. Why the reception and call her daddy?
Right.
It's just confusing. But anywho, so after this, she shares her feelings. Georgia goes home. She cooks
we don't know.
Yeah.
How long it takes, we have no idea.
She cooks dinner. Her mom walks in and is like, oh, wow, you cooked dinner? They sit down. Georgia's like, I thought about some things. A, I don't want to party. It's done. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to party. And 2, you need to go be with your husband, girl. He's in New Zealand as a wife. You need to go there. And I was like, oh, not as a wife. She read her.
She's like, she didn't say that.
No, she did. She was.
Did she really?
She's like, as a wife, you need to go to New Zealand. As a mother, like as a wife, she said something like that. Oh, she's like, you need to go to New Zealand to be with your husband. Not, she didn't say that last part, but she was like, as a wife, you need to. I was like, oh, not as a wife, girl.
But she also says that she wants to move to New Zealand as well.
Yeah. But she was like, bitch, you need to go. Because that's your husband. That it's fine for her to give her emotions, but the fact she was like, it's crazy that you haven't considered to go to New Zealand. I don't know what you're going through, Mom, but you need to go be with your man.
You need to figure your shit out.
And then after this, we get like a montage of Georgia rebranding. She wants to be more mature.
She wants to be more adult. She wants to eat healthier. She gets rid of all of her posters and magazines. And
she's doing yoga.
Intellectual books. She starts reading yoga. She paints her walls. She dyes her hair. She gives herself a money piece. She is rebranding. You know the little blonde pieces that they go.
Oh, that's what they're called?
Really a money piece. But those two blondes.
Oh, that's what they're called?
Yeah, it's called
interesting.
So she is rebranding herself as the new and improved Georgia.
And the first thing on her to do, or the next thing on her to-do list is the apology tour.
That's right. She calls up Robbie.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't call up Robbie.
She just goes to the beach.
She goes to the beach. She calls him.
Oh, I thought she just goes to the beach. She's like, I know he was going to be there. No?
No, she called him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He meets her there.
Okay.
Yeah. She calls up Robbie to meet her at the beach. He's there.
Meet me at the beach.
And she tells him, she's like, look, everything you said was right about me.
I'm mature now.
I understand why you're upset, and I just really want to apologize. And she sits down next to him, and he was like, you were really shitty, Georgia.
Terrible
person. Was like, I know. And he's like, I wrote a song about you. And she's like, really? And he's like, yeah. It's called Bitch in a Uniform. She's like, oh.
Damn.
That's
that British for you. I was like, not bitch in a uniform.
He's like, yeah, I wrote it when I was really, really upset at you. And she was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Bitch in
and
uniform.
He's like, but
probably
I
a really good
can't
song.
stop thinking about you. And he's like, I really, really like you, Georgia. She's like, you do? And
I broke up with Lindsay.
And he's like, yeah, I broke up with Lindsay. And he's like, I was thinking, maybe we could even go out. And she's like,
right place, right person, wrong time, honey.
And she's like, I'm moving to New Zealand. And he's like, what? And she's like, I'm moving. He's like, you're so fucking random. And she's like, I know. She's like, but look, my parents.
You're crazy. That was a weird response. You're so random. Like, obviously, I'm not moving.
I'm not in control of this, obviously. This has nothing to do with me.
You're crazy.
So she tells him, she's like, look, at first I wasn't and I didn't want to, but my parents, they've been apart, and I think,
it's for the best.
For the best, at the sake of them getting together and staying together, that we all kind of just need to move there. She's like, I really don't want to see my parents break up. Yeah. And he's like, well, no one does, but at least you're doing something about it. Because remember, his parents are broken up.
I don't want to be as shitty of a family as your family.
So he stands up, he grabs her hand. She thinks he's going in for a handshake, and he's like, no, you dimwit. I want to hold your hand. Let's walk on the beach. Hold your hand. And she's like, oh, okay. And so he's about to kiss her.
They have a little kiss.
They're looking at each other. They're looking into each other's eyes. He puts his hand into her hair. And then the blonde strip that she dyed falls out. And
she, once again, takes this very normally.
And she's like, I tried to dye it.
A chunk of your hair fell out. You're not concerned? Stop touching stuff.
It's just a little piece. It wasn't that much.
Girl, not the way you be acting. You would have made one.
Oh, yeah, I would have died.
You'd have made one.
I would have died if that would have happened to me.
Hell no. Like a piece of hair? Oh, my God.
So a piece of her hair, a lock of her hair is like now in his hands. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She's like, I tried testing a piece before I dyed the whole thing. And he's like, don't change anything about you.
Yeah, but you can't go bleach blonde.
You look crazy. He's like, don't change anything about you. You're perfect.
Perfect, babe. But yeah, they
walk on the beach
together. They're ending on good terms, Yeah. The next day, Georgia wakes up. It's her birthday.
15. She's 15. Candles on your birthday.
Yeah.
What a grown woman she is today. She's 15.
Party.
15.
Party. Tight. Titty tight. So, she wakes up. Her mom, her cat, and her little sister are there. They're like, happy birthday, Georgia.
They've got a cake. They got candles. They're like, let's celebrate.
Her mom's like, I'm taking you out dancing tonight at the club. Weird.
That is weird.
I'm like, okay.
How does this work?
Can we go into the same clubs? I'm confused.
Is
my club your club?
Exactly.
Are you going to my club or am I going to your club?
Exactly.
Very concerned. Georgia's like, okay, that'll be fun. Yay. And she's actually like into it.
She's into the idea.
Should we see if dad can come?
Mom's like, fuck no, you know.
Blocked him.
And that's another thing. Because the mom was like, she was like, no, we can't call him because like the time zones are different anyway.
Oh. Yeah.
So I'm like,
he's got to be far.
So when she said that, I was like, does a bitch go across the country to find a man? How did she get over there?
I don't have to read the
There's
books.
no way she hopped on a plane.
Yeah. If there's a way she hopped on a plane and no one noticed, I'm concerned. The mom is really wilding out.
On the map, the UK's over here. New Zealand's over here.
We have to have something wrong. What?
How?
I just can't imagine.
I don't understand. Anywho, so Georgia's like, should we call dad? Mom's like, no, I don't want to talk to him. She's like, no. It's going to be too long or too hard trying to contact him long distance. We're good. So they hit the streets. Georgia looks very cute. She's all dolled up. Her hair looks cute. She looks like a beautiful young woman. And they go to the club.
Kind of empty out here, though.
It's dead. It's
DAC.
Empty as hell. Nobody's there. Georgia was like, Mom, are you sure this is the right club?
Yeah.
And her mom insists this is the most poppin' club in town.
Pierpin'.
Georgia's like, where? They go in, nobody. They open the doors to the club, and she's met with a crowd of people. Surprise, Georgia! Oh my goodness, that was so sweet.
I know, so fucking sweet. Sweet. Not only did you, like, to have, I don't know, it's a surprise party, the party that you really want and you pretend like you didn't want, and it has everybody there. Everybody, the whole fucking school's there. There's people who, I feel like the mom bought fillers to fill up this space.
No, seriously. I was like, since when does she have all these friends?
Love it.
How did we get these people to come to her party instead of Lindsay's party? Because Lindsay's party, remember, is happening this exact night. And nobody's at Lindsay's party. Nobody's there. The only person at Lindsay's party is fucking Lindsay.
Yeah.
And the DJ.
And her two friends. And you know what? I don't like that either. That doesn't make me feel good. I know she's not the best person. I don't like that. I don't want to a party. I could throw up. I don't like it.
Seriously?
It's a gut-wrenching. I don't like it.
I didn't give it a second thought. It really
I did not like it
in the slightest.
I don't like it. I just think about the parents.
It was for the best.
No, I think about the parents being like, oh, I have my daughter's friends. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I don't think anyone at that. Maybe when she got older, if that's something that happened, I wouldn't care. But like, I just don't. I mean, no gusto. No gusto.
Bad things happen to bad people, Jordan, okay?
Yeah, they do.
So, everyone's at Georgia's party. Georgia's like, Mom, how did you do all of this? And then her mom tells her, well, Jazz planned the whole thing.
We did it together.
Emerges Jazz.
She all those ticks gone.
She redeemed herself because this is when bitchin' party, I must say.
Yes, I've erased her scratches. She's starting fresh.
Yeah, the extent of this party is a lot for a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
This is not even her sweet 16. This is just 15.
I wonder if they value that more there. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows what they do in
like
that foreign land.
You know, Spanish people do like quinceañeras.
Yeah.
Maybe they believe 14, 15.
I guess. So, Jazz emerges. Georgia and Jazz hug. Ellen and Rosie join in. They all hug.
Yeah, they made those two disappear towards the end of this movie.
Yeah, they did. I was like,
she's got two other good friends that she can lean on.
We hadn't seen them since the party.
I hated how she put so much in Jazz, and Jazz wasn't worried about her, and she should have put
some energy into Ellen and Rosie.
At least Ellen. I'm sure Rosie was busy with her boyfriend, but at least. So Georgia's mom reminds her, Georgia, there's one more person that you need to thank. She turns to Jim. And Georgia's like, oh, fuck. Fuck a duck. This guy. I'm sick of him. And mom's boyfriend.
She turns to Jim and she's like, and her mom, and she's like, please don't get a divorce.
She's like, enough is enough.
And Georgia's mom's like, what are you talking about?
Tired of you.
And she's like, you've been out with Jim every day, all night.
Fucking whore.
You've been salsa dancing with him.
Close your legs.
Georgia's mom is like, calm down. Your dad's over there.
Yeah.
Dad comes out. He's at the party. Spirits are high.
And then Jim's boyfriend's there, too.
Jim is gay.
Gay as hell.
And the reason why that they were able to book this club is because Jim's boyfriend is the owner.
And Jim got money. Jim, why are you working, honey? Well, actually,
he's an interior designer.
Yeah, that's good. That's
not his husband. It's his boyfriend. He gotta make his own livelihood. That's true. And so that's all cleared up. Georgia is also talking to her dad. Her dad tells her that he heard what happened.
I heard that you flew across the world.
You flew across the country to come to my office and to talk to my boss.
And you didn't come see me in New Zealand.
And no one was aware.
And the receptionist put you back on that bus to send you back home and wasn't concerned.
At all. And so he tells her that she made a very big impression on her boss and that he is transferring him back to the UK for an even bigger, better promotion in Eastbourne.
Girl, when I heard that, I was like, was that always an option, you motherfucker? Like, what? Was there always a position up in this motherfucker?
He probably created the position for him.
I guess, but I was like,
okay, you can work remote.
Whatever. But we're happy. We're excited.
Everything is coming in line for Georgia. She's not moving to New Zealand. Her mom and dad aren't getting divorced. Jim is gay. Her and Jazz are back in good terms. This is great. Now, it's time for the night performance. Who's performing?
Is it the Razzmatazz?
The Stiff Dillons.
Robbie's
band.
I was hoping NSYNC, but this for too.
This is 2008. They're not even popping during this time.
You don't know.
So the Stiff Dillons are performing. Robbie's on stage. He has an Angus Rocks t-shirt on.
Oh.
They perform Ultraviolet. Fantastic song. Your light is ultraviolet. Burns when I stand beside it. Your light is ultraviolet.
Tight.
Great song.
While that song is playing, George is doing the Lord's work. She's playing matchmaker. She gets her old flame, Dave, to hook up with her good friend Ellen. They hit it off.
Yeah.
She gets Peter to date one of his flunkies that's been following. She's like, this is a girl. She's perfect.
They like you.
Yeah, they
date one of your flunkies.
They're happy. And she's having a great time. Everyone's having a great time until the party is ruined by Lindsay.
Mid-performance.
They're
getting into the high notes of Ultraviolet. The Stiff Dillons are.
Right.
And she fucking pulls the fucking plug on all the chords.
First of all, y'all can all suck my dick. Because y'all should be at my party.
She goes on to speak some sort of foreign language. She calls her out in some sort of British term that can't be translated into modern English.
You smug bastard.
She calls us like a minky nika.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck she called her. What'd you call me? She says something that can't even be translatable into American English. And she turns to Robbie and she tells him,
oh my God,
it's either her or me.
Bitch, I'm performing at her party for free.
Like, come on, my band's here, bro. Like, what do you think?
That was a wild thing.
She's like, this is your last chance. And he's like, come on. Like, Lynn's be for real.
Like, that was delusional. It's embarrassing.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Sit down.
So he turns to friggin' Georgia. He grabs her hand and he's like, I obviously pick Georgia. She's perfect.
You know what pisses me off? Oh, what would have pissed me off if I was Lindsay? Georgia goes like, Lindsay, like, let's talk about this as adults.
Let's be mature adults about this.
Let's have a conversation. I would have punched her in her fucking face. Shut your 12-year-old ass up.
And then so, after Robbie picks Georgia, Jazz, another redemption moment here from Jazz. She comes on stage and she says, it looks like Robbie likes his girlfriends 100% real and not fake. And she pulls out the fake nipple cutlets out of Lindsay's chest and exposes her as a boob stuffing bitch. And she's embarrassed and mortified.
Okay. Back
to the party.
Woo! Jazz up 5 points.
Georgia turns to Robbie and she goes, you think I'm perfect? And he's like, you're my most perfect little nugget. Or whatever the fuck he said.
What did you just call me?
What the fuck you just call me? You're my perfect little nugget.
I hope that's something cute. You're so fat.
You're so fat. And then they make out.
Yes. And the movie ends and George is like, I don't touch my appearance anymore because my boyfriend's a hot sex goddess or something. No. Yeah, he's a sex god and he likes me just the way I am.
Yeah, now all is well that ends well with Georgia. Her parents are together. She doesn't even mind seeing them kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Lovey-dovey. She loves to see it. She thinks her little sister is adorable. She's no longer altering her eyelashes or her nose or her hair. She doesn't care about looking perfect.
Her boyfriend's hot.
Her boyfriend likes her just the way he is.
She is.
And she opens the door on the way to school, and he's waiting outside for her, and they walk to fucking school together.
Period.
And then after school, they walk down the pier together, and they make out.
Tight. Love the movie.
I fucking love this movie.
So cute.
It's fucking fantastic.
It's fun. Do you think they're gonna last?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think she's gonna do something crazy.
The detriment of that relationship.
Yeah, she's gonna do something crazy.
Because unfortunately, she is not quite where he is.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be an insecurity for her.
We see where he's going, honey.
So yeah,
I see Bullet Train.
We see Bullet Train. We know how he ends up looking. Okay.
I see Bullet Train.
She is going to question and turn her neck left and right whenever he talks to a girl. Whatever, she's going to self-sabotage.
Yeah, and she's going to be stalking him. She's going to go full Joe on his ass.
And she also doesn't really. She doesn't talk to people that good. Like the way she talks to Jazz and like Ellen, she talks to people kind of rude. She's gonna start talking to him like that.
Yeah, she's a little.
And he's gonna be like, you're kind of a bitch.
She's a little word vomity.
Yeah.
Like, did you think about what you were about to say?
And she's gonna do that on him, and he's gonna be like, oh my god, you're such a child. They're not gonna last. I can confirm in the books. I'll have to read them again, and I'll let y'all know.
Did you read the Sex God one? I'm assuming that's the one after.
They're in there. They're in there.
I'm assuming that's the one after the.
Yeah, I think so.
Full frontal. You have to take it out, and we have to take a picture of it to post it on Instagram.
Oh yeah, sure.
But yeah, but you can say it. But
all's well that ends well for them now.
Yeah. Thank you guys for stopping on by.
Don't forget.
Oh fuck. To like. We haven't said that in like many months.
We haven't said that in forever. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, leave a review, even if it's a bad review. No comment. It's a bad comment.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Sure. Please don't spoil the movie, or please don't spoil one of those. You can find us. You'll find us. It's our faces, places.
Thanks for listening.
Adios.
Bye.
Muchachos.